every once in a while. It's clean, it's nice and clean. It's fun to consider that this game was originally like 1/8 this speed. Like literally, like no joke. They originally wanted this glacial PS1 game pace. God, you feel like such a big hero at this point for killing all these dudes so fast. Hello and welcome back to Video Games. I'm Tim Rogers. You are watching Action Button Get Bonus, a special edition for backers only, subscribers only. You likely found this through patreon.com/actionbutton. If you are watching this and you do not back patreon.com/actionbutton or the as of this moment yet unannounced actionbutton.net subscription service, I mean, go ahead and keep watching because you did it. You found it. If you would like to, if you feel compelled to email me the name of the person who showed you this video, maybe in that same email you'd like to give me your full legal name and the name of your hometown so that I can pay a skywriter to tell all your neighbors and your neighbors' neighbors how big of a narc you are. With that out of the way, we're gonna play, today I want to play a little bit of Demon's Souls, and I want to do it with attention to kind of a hyper-focused detail on the very first stage of the game. Boletaria Palace, also known as World 1-1, known colloquially in the past as Boletaria Palace, known officially in the Demon's Souls remake as Gates of Boletaria. I'm gonna just keep calling it Boletaria Palace because I'm an old person, and I played this game in the year 2009. So, I want to go through a couple of points before I start playing Demon's Souls today. We're going to be celebrating all of the Souls games at the same time while focusing strictly on the very first stage of Demon's Souls. It is my firm belief that the very first stage of Demon's Souls 1-1, Boletaria Palace, or Gates of Boletaria, we're going to have to keep calling it that every time to make sure we include everybody in this conversation. It's my firm belief that this is one of the top 10 greatest, maybe top 5 greatest first levels in video game history. I believe that everything good or great or lovable or likable or appreciable about all of the Soulsborne games at large, I call them Souls games. I'm saying Soulsborne. I said Soulsborne to try to sound more relatable, more like the typical person out there. On the internet. I think I just call them Souls games. We're going to keep calling them Souls games. No offense to Bloodborne or Sekiro or maybe Elden Ring. It's just, I call them Souls games. So I think everything great about every Souls game happens in some way in World 1-1 of Demon's Souls. Now, I want to look at that world today because I am embarking on a full playthrough of Demon's Souls for footage capture purposes. If you watch my Cyberpunk 2077 review, you know that I said multiple times in that review that I played all the way through Demon's Souls 4 times during the preparation of that review. That is not a joke. I really did. And the worst thing I can confess is that I did not capture any of that footage. I played it perfectly, purely for enjoyment. I just wanted to enjoy speaking to an old friend, as it were. So I did play it privately. The few clips you might have seen, those were all share button captures that I did because I thought I'd probably have to mention this game at some point in the future. I'm doing a full playthrough now, literally starting right now. I just recorded the character creation all the way up through the path to the Nexus. Maybe you're seeing that in fast forward while I'm talking. My character is Tilda Swinton, a hybrid of Tilda Swinton and Homer Simpson, which dates back to a joke that me and my friend made about the very first Demon's Souls. We made a character who more or less looked like that, and we joked about how not the first Demon's Souls. No, this was for Oblivion. In Oblivion, I made a character and I called her Tilda Swinton. So it was a kind of a we need to talk about Kevin meets you know, Homer Simpson thing. It's very, I'm just getting a little too inside baseball here. That's the character I made, and that's the character I like to make in my Souls games. Tilda Swinton. So, what was I talking about? Okay, I'm talking about how we are, I'm gonna play Demon Souls because, and I'm gonna capture this footage of Demon Souls. I want this pristine footage. And I've actually already captured Boletaria Palace, and then I restarted so that I can capture Boletaria Palace again. I like the run I did of Boletaria Palace earlier, though I'm going to try to do a much more meticulous one here today. And I'm doing this because, yes, I do plan to review Dark Souls. Not anytime in the extreme near future. I plan to review Dark Souls at some point. It's going to take a couple of years to review Dark Souls. And people are always asking me what games I plan on reviewing. They're asking if there's some kind of a list out there of games that I plan on reviewing. There is. It's on the Patreon. Patreon.com is just a terrible website, so it's really hard to read the basic description of a person's Patreon. Though I do also flash a whole bunch of games on the screen during my Patreon pitch video, which maybe at the time you're watching this, that Patreon pitch video doesn't exist anymore because they made a new one. Maybe I'll flash a bunch of boxes on the screen for the new one as well. Though I do, Dark Souls has always been on the list of games that I want to eventually review. And so I'm going to do it, and let's go ahead and consider the review process has started as of the moment I click, I click on, the moment I choose to go to Gates of Boletaria. I will have begun officially reviewing Dark Souls. I'll leave it to you to guess what beverage that is. You can probably tell from the timbre of the aluminum what exact beverage that was. That's ripping my stomach up already. It's charging down there. So, I do plan to review a Dark Souls, and I will review a Dark Souls. It's looking like it's going to be Dark Souls 1 that I review. Not Dark Souls 2, not Dark Souls 3. Now, I know that voluminously reviews and or YouTube videos pertaining to Dark Souls or Souls game lore or Souls game strategies or Souls game anything. I know that these voluminously cram YouTube. I know they are all over YouTube. I know that Dark Souls has become an archetype. Even just the two-word title of it is such an archetype now that my mission is going to actually be somewhat difficult because I endeavor to say something unique about Dark Souls, or at least say some of the old things uniquely. So in order to do that, I need to make positively sure I have scrutinized every virtual square inch of square footage of every single Souls game as minutely as I can, and that starts with Demon Souls. Dark Souls has grown in power and renown so much since it was released, so much even since I decided to review it almost 2 years ago. I decided to devote thousands of hours of my life to making a really good review of Dark Souls. Again, don't expect it anytime soon. It is not in Season 2. It's probably not in Season 3. Don't expect it for a couple of years. We're going to have to keep saying that so everyone stays on the same page. Go ahead and feel free to count the number of times I mentioned that the review is not coming for a couple of years. Since I decided to review the game, which was around last March 2020, it was one of the first games I wrote in the short list of games I want to do reviews of. Even since then, the game's renown has grown and inflated. I've seen it called the best game of all time on several high-profile best game of all time lists, which I certainly don't pay too much mind to best game of all time lists, though I'll go ahead and mention it because it does actually feel like something. It feels like an important detail. It is now up there with Zelda Ocarina of Time and Super Mario Bros. 3 and Tetris and Super Metroid. Dark Souls has ascended to this invincible perch now. It is on a platform from whence it might never be knocked all the way down. Therefore, saying unique, bringing up unique or even interesting points about it is going to be quite difficult for me. Hence, the laboriousness of the forthcoming research process. Dark Souls already, prior to my deciding to review it, it had assumed this archetypicality. Game critics bring it up offhand in game reviews. Game designers bring it up, usually quite intelligently, during game development. And And we've all seen memes of Dark Souls jars in video game development offices. If you bring up Dark Souls, you got to put $1 in the jar. Dark Souls is virtually the same thing among game designers as saying the F word to your mom when you're 5 years old. I don't know if that ever happened. I never did that. So Dark Souls has become that level to a point where even if I mention Dark Souls in a video, I get people shouting me down, calling me a stupid game journalist. Please never call me a journalist. You can call me a critic if you feel like it. I still think of myself as a video game developer. You might not, because you don't see what I'm doing over here these days. But when you do, maybe you'll start to think of me as a video game developer. It's up to you. Right now, you can go ahead and think of me as a critic if you'd like. Though I will be reviewing Dark Souls. Hopefully by the time my review actually begins the scripting and editing phase, you will know me a little bit more as a game developer. So hopefully that will lend a nice shine to the video I'm going to do. So I think that for all this archetypicality, for all of Dark Souls' presence as a profane word amongst game designers and critics, I think we still have a lot of lessons to mine out of the Souls games. And I'm going to attempt to mine a few of those out of Demon's Souls 1-1 today. So I'm going to show you a little coldly, just a little bit coldly and objectively and scientifically, why we need to recognize World 1-1 from the original Demon's Souls as an all-time top 10, maybe top 5 great video game level. It's up there with Super Mario Bros. 1-1. It's up there with Doom E1M1. It is monolithic, and I do believe everything anyone loves about any Souls game is in there. So we often, I mean, we still, you know, even knowing of the triteness, the contrivedness, even knowing of the cliche, we still sometimes half jokingly talk about something that's Dark Souls-ish in another game. Saying, oh, there's just like Dark Souls, this is just like Dark Souls. We even joke about seeing Dark Souls in old games that came out before Dark Souls. And I would like to today attempt to not mainly, I don't want to say mainly, I don't want to promise that this is the main focus. I do want to talk a lot about the other games that we see in Demon's Souls. Because, I mean, we see a lot of Demon's Souls and Dark Souls. Let's look at the games that made up Demon's Souls. And I think there's no better place to see that than 1-1, Boletaria Palace, Gates of Boletaria. So I want to touch on just 2 more points before I start. I got these bullet points in here. I just want to say, bullet point number 1. This is kind of tricky. I don't know how to... I'm just going to wing it here. I just spent like 2 years breaking video games down into molecules over like 12-hour work days, either by playing the games, reviewing the games, writing reviews of the games, logging footage of the games, looking at and marking up my own gameplay and Adobe Premiere sequences, taking notes on my own gameplay, replaying levels and sometimes whole games, downloading long plays of other related games from World of Long Plays, scrutinizing those long plays in Adobe Premiere and in a log and with notes, and playing those games myself, playing multiple related games, experiencing related media. What I'm saying is, I have spent a long time over the last 2 years building upon my previously quite established foundation of video game knowledge by diving more deeply than is perhaps healthy or necessary. So I've spent a long time these past couple years getting really familiar with video games I already knew. I played a lot of games, not just the games I reviewed. Thanks to your support on Patreon, I have sat here at my desk. Yes, I'm going to be playing Demon's Souls on my computer monitor. I have sat here at my desk and scrutinized the heck out of so many video games just in hopes of understanding them well enough to say things that you all hopefully consider interesting. So when I say this, I'm just saying this as preface to, please, for the love of God, in the future, nobody, I mean, I realize if you're a Patreon backer, you probably wouldn't do this, so this is falling on, I'm preaching to the choir here. Just don't ever try to stop me from saying very clearly and succinctly that such and such games so-and-so feature is just like Dark Souls. For example, if I were to say God of War's targeting system is just like Dark Souls, And I did say that in a YouTube video 3 years ago. I had several commenters yell at me, though. Now I come to you. Back then I was pretty sure. Today I come to you 100% convinced. I guarantee you, Dark Souls directly inspired the exact targeting feature used in God of War 2018, and not just because the targeting feature requires you to click the right analog stick to toggle the targeting mode. I have detective extracted every possible possibility, and only Dark Souls explains the presence of that style of targeting system in that game. I need you to trust me on this, because when I eventually review Dark Souls, I'm going to show you a lot of examples of what Dark Souls has done to modern video games. I say this with utter confidence because I have an enormous folder on my local server of footage of games, and I have logs pointing me directly to this is Dark Souls in so many modern games. Games you wouldn't even suspect, and games I have sometimes double, triple, quadruple checked to make sure Dark Souls was in fact a listed influence, speaking to game designers and level designers if I have to. So trust me, I have accumulated a certain level of Dark Souls radar, thanks to this process I've gone through these last 2 years. So I want you to trust me on that, because, like, in this video, I'm going to be doing the inverse. We're going to look for other games and how they influenced Demon's Souls, which I will lovingly, in my review, affectionately refer to as the prototype Dark Souls. This is Dark Souls' prototype. So we're going to be spotting rough drafts of features that we can eventually directly connect to Dark Souls. So what you're about to watch, you can consider this the iceberg tip of what will then go on to become a grueling research process, which I will conduct privately, because doing this with the microphone and explaining myself while I'm doing it only makes me feel like my mom was right and that I like to talk to myself while playing video games. And it does feel a little strange. It goes much quicker if I'm not explaining what I'm doing, and I'm instead just, thoughts are always faster than words. Ain't that the truth? So, if you're watching this as a bonus feature, and maybe you're enjoying it. Though maybe you're going to enjoy what you're about to see. Though it's highly possible. I have no qualms about making this a bonus feature, even though I feel like bonus content is a little ethically hard for me to think about, because I like to just let everybody have everything. Though I do think, honestly, that non-backers, non-subscribers will probably have a better time with the, I'm estimating about 30 seconds of my eventual Dark Souls review. However long this little video is, I'm calling it a little video because it's somewhat low effort for me, because I'm probably going to enjoy playing through 1-1 at a slow pace for you. Though, it's a little video because it's low effort, though it's going to end up, I mean, it's possible for you to enjoy it, though I do think that the non-backers, the non-subscribers, the people who just happen upon the Dark Souls review eventually, and they're going to encounter 30 meticulously edited seconds that draw on this exercise we're about to do today. So you're going to see, I'm giving you, the backer, a little inside baseball on exactly what level of research goes into a 30-second segment in a video that you're not going to see for a couple of years. So hopefully you're going to, hopefully backers, true action button murderheads, are going to enjoy that sort of insight, because a lot of work goes into every 30 seconds. The editing part will be easy. It's just busy work, though. The scripting will be easy, though. This is the part of the process, the action button method, I refer to as step 1, play game, have thoughts. So this is the play game, have thoughts step. You're going to see how hard this is. Step 2 is log footage, right? Step 3, write script. Step 4, record. Step 5, edit. So you're going to see how much work goes into step 1 as regards 30 seconds. And then you can imagine how much work went into step 1 for the other 2.5 hours or so that the Dark Souls review is going to end up being. I really do hope to have it be about 2.5 hours or so, because, H-Bomber Guy already made a big video about Dark Souls, so I gotta make sure I don't make the same one. So yeah, I'm gonna let you. I won't do the rest of my review process like this because my throat would I would get permalaryngitis and I would probably die. So please enjoy this little presentation. Number two, the number 2 point I want to address, and this one is a little bit briefer, is that I do think, with all sincere honesty, that Demon's Souls is a good game, a good choice for starting a relationship with the Souls series. And I'm going to go over a bunch of these reasons why as we encounter them in World 1-1, without exhaustively explaining why or where Dark Souls is more or less beginner accommodating than Demon's Souls. I'm going to just tell you why I think Demon's Souls is a real good game for you to play right now if you want to get the jump on knowing about Souls games before you watch my review in a couple of years. I think you should not fear the Souls games. You should not fear. And yes, my eventual Dark Souls review will have a whole chapter about video game difficulty. That's probably not a spoiler. You could probably assume this. I hope to have a way more nuanced, ice-cold angle on the difficulty conversation than the typical net yeller has these days. When the conversation topic of should there be an easy mode in From Software games comes up inevitably every couple of months, just emerges from the fog and just dominates video game design discourse for a couple of days. I'm firmly of the belief that Souls games are not too hard. However, I'm also firmly of the belief that people who think they are too hard are onto something. So, I don't want to get too far into that conversation here, though I will be bringing up a couple of times during this video. Inevitably, I will be mentioning that I just think this is a good game to play if you want a no-nonsense game. I think Souls games are relatively no-nonsense, despite their paraphernalious reputation. I do believe this is a good, straightforward video game, and it has a couple of concessions that Dark Souls would eventually overwrite that let you play this a little bit more like an RPG. They let you play it a little bit more like a JRPG than... You can still sort of play Dark Souls like a JRPG, though in this, you can really play fully like a JRPG. And I also want to point out here, here I am in the Nexus. You'll see I'm a knight. I chose the knight class. I chose the goddarn knight class. You know why? Because that's what I chose the first time I played Demon's Souls. I chose the knight class because that's the selection that the cursor is on at the beginning of the game. It is the class, it's on the box art. You see that it's in the opening cinematic of the remake here. It's a knight. Good old buckethead man with a shield and a little sword. This is Demon's Souls guy. We're gonna be this knight, even though the knight is not necessarily the most beginner friendly, nor is it the most expert treating, nor is the knight even nearly the most interesting, or even really a interesting character class to play as in Demon's Souls. I'm still gonna play as good old Mr. Buckethead here because it's for the footy. I'm gonna try to play through this entire game looking exactly like this, and it's gonna be a little miserable, though I'm gonna have a pretty good time with it. I can probably get through. Though really, when I say Demon's Souls is beginner accommodating, I mean, the idea of consulting guides, here's a message, right? Time for dying, right? The whole idea of asking, the true Demon's Souls starts here. There you go, the true Demon's Souls starts. It doesn't really, I don't think it starts here. It starts, I'll let you know where I think the true Demon's Souls in all non-irony starts. The idea of guides is baked into the game world. You see ghosts of other players. You see messages from other players. The fact that this is baked into the game means 100,000,000%, indisputably, irrefutably, you are 100% allowed to consult guides when you play any Souls game. The developers very clearly want you to, and this is a callback to, I know Miyazaki's a bit of a fan of the old Namco game Druaga, Tower of Druaga, where a lot of the keys you have to get on the floors to unlock the true ending require absolutely inane inputs like bump up against the sixth block from the right and the third column 26 times to get the key on level 6 or whatever. It's absolute nonsense that game makes you go through, to the point where game centers, that's what they call arcades in Japan. I meant to say arcades. Arcades would have clipboards on strings tied to a little hook on the cabinet so the players could write notes to each other. Demon's Souls calls back to literally that aspect of Japanese arcade culture. Again, I've confirmed this. Will I be interviewing Miyazaki himself for my Dark Souls review? Of course. I will go to Japan. I will talk to him. We'll spend a day. I'll drink his favorite cup of coffee. Ask him where I can get a good curry. Like, I don't know. All the things you would want to do with Miyazaki. Let me know in the comments if what sort of things I should do with him. Well, so that's all baked into Demon's Souls. You're 100% allowed to consult a guide. This game is about tricking it. You are supposed to trick this game. You are supposed to cheat this game. If you find an exploit, you're supposed to do it. It's not only allowed, it's encouraged. This game and all Souls games have a wonderful sense of comedy and a wonderful sense of self-deprecation. And when you die, you're supposed to think it's funny most of the time. And death is part of the game. Sometimes the game feels a little mean-spirited. Whatever. I think you're just supposed to... once you accept the Souls mindset, I think you can just... You can love these games. And I'm not gonna focus too much on that, because I'm gonna focus a little bit more on granular level design and experience design details. Though... yeah, I think that's enough of a preface. Like I said, the night class, if you want to play a beginner-friendly, start as a royalty. There's the little cynicism in the world building. Royalty grew up in a palace with a fancy, expensive tutor, and therefore knows exactly one magic spell, has a nice silver magic wand, a nice sword, expensive armor, a family heirloom, the fragrant ring that recovers magic just as you stand around. Magic is a little bit overpowered early in Demon's Souls, and when you get to the prison, having magic makes it so much more tolerable. This is starting as royalty. It's just, you're a rich boy. You can play as a rich boy. I'm actually gonna play on the TV because I'm seeing too much tearing in my OBS preview window. This 3090, what is it good for? The lag is low. I'm actually gonna move over to the TV. Just gonna split this video up. Though in the name of seamlessness, I'm gonna stand in front of the Archstone of the Covetous King, and I'm gonna sign off for what you will perceive as less than 1 second. Though for me, it's gonna probably involve a trip to the bathroom, and we're gonna get right back into the thick of the stuff with Demon's Souls 1-1, Boletaria Palace, action button slow style. I'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. I'm back and I'm ready to play this game. And we got Tother Swimps in here, standing around. You'll see from the stats. Night class, I chose the old Providential Ring, which is a good item to choose for the beginning of the game if you're a noob and you want to be able to discover more items. So I chose the night class for the very first time I ever played through the game. And I would not exactly recommend that for most players, though it is the one I chose, and it is the one I've chosen for this footage. Yeah, so we're gonna, oh my god, my controller just, I set it down on the sofa a little bit too firmly, and yeah, that's a scary thing that's gonna happen. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this. And I'm just going to say, I don't know. I'm not going to exactly try to conjure every decision I made during my first noob time playthrough. Probably not going to die too much, not nearly as much as I died first time I played. I mean, I'm going to be doing things that are specifically going to be putting me into deadly situations just for illustrative purposes. Won't be dying as much as I died the first time I played the game, though I'll try to mention everywhere I died when I first played the game, because I believe I remember all the deaths. It must have been over 100 deaths. I put about 20 hours into Demon's Souls as a knight, first time I played, and I gave up. 20 hours, I couldn't beat the big boy spider. Go to Gates of Boletaria. Couldn't beat the big boy spider, gave up. Then my buddy told me, my buddy in my office told me to choose Royalty. And that's how I eventually played through the game. Surprisingly, I did not love Demon's Souls first time I played it. All the way through. I said, yeah, it's pretty good. And then, though here we are today. Now I have utmost respect for this game. I mean, for many years I've said that I like this, my favorite Souls game. Maybe that's going a little bit too far. I think the original Dark Souls is the best. It's probably my favorite. So here we go. Let's play Gates of Boletaria. First of all, look at this loading time on this PlayStation 5. Oh my god. Didn't have nothing like that. Okay, so we get a nice little cutscene introducing us to the Gates of Boletaria, which I think is neat. Story is very light in Demon's Souls. It's mercifully light. Though we see there is a dragon. There's a dragon, there's a bridge, there's a castle. That dragon is not a funny dragon. He's got dead bodies, multiple corpses in his mouth. You'll notice I'm playing on the performance mode. 1440p, 60 FPS. Rock solid 60 FPS. So here we are. The true Demon's Souls starts here. No, I don't believe the true Demon's Souls starts here. It starts in a minute. So, first thing we see, we are placed in front of a very cathedralian-looking entrance. This archway, this very ostentatious archway in the church in front of us. We can see crows feasting. Right away, we see this somewhat alienating concept of ghosts materializing, apparating in and out, befuddling the perfection of my footage. We can see an enemy monster standing up there on the right. Beyond him, we can see a little white illumination, which is interesting. We can see various orange flames, though the little white light is a collectible item, which we don't exactly know that yet. Though we just stand here. It's the first time we play the game. We stand here and we just kind of soak in it. You know, this is the first sight we see in the true play of the game. Is this castle wall that is so high it goes off the top of the screen. Let's just soak in those details for about 5 seconds here. I'm gonna not speak. We're gonna be silent and let us look at it. I believe I have captured adequate footage of staring at the church. Not the church, the castle. Uh-oh. It's Sunday. What can I say? So you're looking at this, and I mean, without dipping too much into armchair video game designer parody, I won't talk about leading lines or anything, but we do have these two very scraggly trees framing our vision. We have this very symmetrical archway in the front. We have these little wooden scaffolding walkways along the side of the wall, which not 100% denounced to us. We will be traversing some of those. This phenomenon me and my buddies at Action Button Entertainment commonly refer to as honest geometry. We are seeing level geometry, more or less, right here in the very first thing we see. I think this is just a beautiful way to start. And there's the arch stone in the dried out fountain. Just a very nice way to start the game. And it's, I mean, the door, I mean, I'll do spoilers, the first boss lurks behind that door. However, the door is very, very sealed. So Dark Souls games are about becoming comfortable in a hostile environment. I'm a knight. I'm a tough-looking dude. I've clearly seen my share of battle before I arrived at the Nexus as a dead soul. Clearly, my guy is attuned to struggle. So I am going to inhabit that character. This is the lightest role-playing possible. I will inhabit that character as I fight for every inch of real estate familiarity with this level, to the point where I eventually feel like I reside there, and ultimately I feel like I own this place because I've memorized every corner. The level designers are so smart about not just geometry, not just giving you geometry you can hold in your head, though they're smart about little landmarks. So I want you to just, like, let this paint many little pictures in your head. Now we can actually see all the way up at the top of the stairs, we can see two enemies, right? See 2 enemies. There's a little makeshift wooden barricade on the left, halfway up the staircase, right above the item, where we can see an enemy just barely back there. He's camouflaged by the drab grayness of the rocks and the drab wood colorness of the wood. So we can see a whole lot going on right here, and this, I believe, is as archetypal a starting point as the beginning of Super Mario Brothers 1. However, one thing Super Mario Brothers 1 doesn't let you do, big twist, is turn around. Rotate the camera. What's back here? Right off the bat, this game wants you to think outside the box. Like I said, we're going to hammer this drum a little harder. This game wants you to try to trick it. You are facing a landmarkulous place. But what's this? There's goddamn items back here. So, get bonus bit. Learn about items right away. What do we get? Late Moongrass. That is a very strong healing item. The likes of which you do not find for random drops in this level. So here we go. We're going to get up right to... We're now going to begin the level proper. This bloodstain feature is fun. This shows you... shows you where actual players died. Died right here. So this... the first time you play this game, imagine you're playing this in 2009, and you see the bloodstain, and you're like, how did that guy die? You're supposed to think. You're supposed to feel like a detective here. Clearly running away from something, turns around ineptly. This is a poor player. A weak player. Got killed by probably this enemy right here behind that barricade up there on the right. A little bit of an optometric nightmare to see these guys and all the din. However, we can detective our way through an understanding that they probably died that way. Now there's an in-world dead horse. First dead horse of the game. Oh look, there's an enemy we did not see who emerges from the stairs on the right. So there's one who we did have a very clean opportunity to see. We're just gonna go ahead and let these guys... So I actually did die right here at this fountain first time I played the game. I, like the archetypal loser, died on the very first enemy. Very first time I played the game. Not a big fan of that stabbing effect. I'm gonna keep my parries to a minimum because I was not a parry master the first time I played Demon's Souls. Just to prove that I do know how to do it. We're gonna try to play the kludgy way. We're gonna try to assume something of a slightly gifted noob. So I'm gonna just kind of play with regular old boring sword play. Not gonna go too riposte heavy because I want to talk about the real nuts and bolts of the action as well. This is our first dead horse. This is our first bloodstain. Gonna be a little detective. Oh, it's also a knight class character. Just not blocking. So this guy just did not block, and that's why he died. Oh, he tapped the shield there. Did you see that? I think he thinks parrying is done with L1, not L2. So that's how you die. That's how this game gets the reputation as being a hard game. It's because you die right there at the beginning on the first enemies. Dying on the first enemy, I freely admit, I died on the first enemy first time I played Demon's Souls. A lot of people take that to heart, and then they have bad opinions about the game forever. So, and they just say that the games are too hard and they suck, whatever. What's this? Be wary of a hidden foe. The hidden foe's back here. He actually saw me quite early. There's a hidden foe up there as well. I think be wary of a hidden foe. No, True Demon's Souls doesn't actually start here yet. I'm gonna give him a foul appraisal, because this isn't the real thing yet. Okay, so we are going to look over here. So what's this? We immediately see, so not counting this door all the way back here, which we saw because of our inquisitive outside the box-lessness, we saw this gate that we can't get out, this outer gate. Not counting that, this represents the first discovery. What is it? Did I trip that guy? I didn't trip his trigger. That's unattractive. I really wish I could lock on from a distance. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, so basically, real difficult combat in this game. You just block, and, your guy's got a shield on his arm. What can I say? There is a door right here. This, I like to think of this. I mean, in my early years, I attributed this to Shigeru Miyamoto. Said show the player something they can't do as early as possible in the game. Though I do think Dragon Quest does it best. So I'm changing it to, I'm calling it the law of Yuji Horii. Show a player a door they can't open. When it's something they can't do, like a block they can't break in Super Mario until they get the mushroom and become big. I mean, likely in 1-1. There's been a lot of scholarship surrounding Super Mario Bros. 1-1. How the first time the player jumps, they're very likely to hit their head into a block that they can't break and then buff it off of it, showing the player something they can't do. Though only the inquisitive mind will wonder, can I break that block? Because we don't... The typical human, Super Mario Bros. Being quite an abstract video game, would not look at that block and immediately ask, I wonder if I can break that the first time they play. I mean, to us now, it's obvious you can break those blocks. Here, though, is a door I can't get through. And it is of a wrought iron, pig iron, blood iron, kind of a sacred Dracula sort of metallurgy going on here. My guy's sword clearly cannot bust this, right? I ain't even gonna try. I'm still trying, right? Can't do it. So how do I get through here? Doesn't even prompt me for a key. I can see down there, though. I can see some level geometry down there. How do I get down there? God darn it. How do I get down there? Right? You're supposed to wonder. Only if you go off the beaten path. You might be so focused on the enemy who attacked on the stairs as I even approached this little secret side off-ramp. You might be so distracted by that enemy that you actually don't turn back. Because in real life, when we see a staircase, we don't always immediately go, heck yeah, I'm running up that. Otherwise, everybody'd be in the nosebleed seats all the time. Owner's box would be solid empty. Though in video games where adventure gets us 9 times out of 10, we're gonna want to run up a staircase. We're gonna want to see what's up the stairs. So I got 2 guys back there. Now, if I were a royal, I would just shoot one of them with the soul arrow. Now we're gonna engage them on their own terms, and their own terms suck. Okay, I've targeted one. All right, buddy. Come on over, baby. Let's fight. 99% of the early game noob deaths are just... I said I wasn't gonna parry. I said I was gonna fight more like a noob. I'm sorry. 99% of the noob deaths are impatience related in Demon's Souls. So you can kind of subtract that whole thing from your negative opinion of the series right now if you want. I mean, it had this crushing reputation for being monstrously difficult right in its very first couple of encounters. It's not so bad. These guys they're not exactly Goombas. Though, I mean, a Goomba killed you in one hit too, man. I don't like this sword. It's too much of a stabby sword. I've got that Providential Ring, which increases the amount of grasses I get. Interface, again, if you're scared of the Souls games, the interface isn't so bad. That tactile feedback on the PlayStation 5 controller is kind of neat. So I can, by pressing down on the D-pad, I can cycle between my items in my tool belt. Well, this isn't my tool belt, necessarily. So I can put whatever I want in here. And we're going to get stuff like oils and fire bombs that we'll work with later. Oh, I do have a mail breaker. Hold on. So press left to change your shield. Obviously, I don't have a secondary shield equipped. Does make me lighter, more spry. Not exactly spry enough to roll at a normal speed. I have a second sword. This is more of a slashy sword, if you want to play that way. Slashy or stabby. Does make a difference. Animations are long, so if you're playing on a TV with no input lag or low input lag, you can have yourself a beautiful experience. I got hit. So one of the weird, again, when I say the game has a sort of a self-deprecating, look at that sword rolling down the stairs. When I say the game has a sort of a self-deprecating nature to it, the idea that my health bar is half of maximum right now because my character died in real life and I'm in soul form. You get to see this ethereal smoke coming off of me. The character dies canonically in the opening sequence of the game. I'm gonna lure this guy out. This has to do with a little bit of foreknowledge. I know there's a guy on the stairs. There's a guy on the stairs to the left. We don't want him to come out. We just want this guy to be here. So I raise this point. I raise this point now. There's a guy behind this barricade. Again, you have to learn where the enemies are. And you'll see just how coldly I'm playing here. Even in the face of such a hot adversary. Knight class, you know, you get some, you can kill these guys in 2 hits as a knight. There's a guy up here. This guy sucks, because he's got fire bombs. And again, you learn all this as you play the game. Once you, see, I mean, I'm starting from level 0, well, soul level 4. I'm starting from the very bottom here. And my guy is still walking through like I'm on Final Fantasy level 100. Oh, fire bombs? Oh, pine resin. Okay, that's good enough. Pine resin will let me light my sword on fire. So that's instrumental in beating this first boss. So now that we're here, let's do another. Let's just kind of do a reapproach, real quick, for the footy. We're gonna do a reapproach for my. Again, remember, I'm making. You are glimpsing the production process of a 30-second segment of a video I'm going to make in about 2 years. So let's take it slow. I want to have good footage of this. So I've now cleared the stairs. The stairs are clear, and I mean, well, first of all, how remarkable is this? I now basically own this place. This is my house now, right? I know where all the stuff is. I first took the steps to reside here. I learned what's back here. I learned what's down there, down those stairs. I took the steps to reside here. Then I cleared the freaks out, and now I'm the owner. I own this home. This is mine. I get this whole stretch. This whole area is safe. So when I said in my review of Doom that Doom is equally about search and destroy, it's about 50-50 killing to traversal ratio. In a Souls game, that's actually much higher in favor of traversal. I mean, the combats are notoriously strict. The enemies kill you in 1 or 2 hits. Patience rewards you. Though, really, it's more about hanging out than it is about struggling or fighting. I mean, look at how adeptly we're hanging out here on these stairs. I'm just having a good time. I'm very relaxed. And this is the ownership expertise you earn through just killing all the enemies, knowing where they are. I can't believe I got hit once. I feel like such a scrub. Walking up here, just for the footy. So as we approach the top of the stairs, so we have this nice. Those bodies used to ragdoll like wildly on the PlayStation 3. They'd get stuck to your foot like balloon animals. Anyway, here we are at the door. Clearly, any big boy who lived in a town with Masonic architecture wants to go in the triangular door. Try fire. Oh, that's we're gonna give that a fine appraisal. One might think that means burn down the door. It actually means use fire on the boss. Use fire on the boss. Kill it with fire. So here we are. Are you left-handed or are you right-handed? That is the question. Now, when you get up here, perhaps you want to go this way. There is a door. Temptingly visible as we approach, depending on the position of your analog stick. It is a delicious-looking door. You can see Toadler Swimson's eyes. That jaundiced complexion. You can see the door temptingly deliciously as you approach. That is a chocolate cake triangle slice of a door right there. And I know it's got an elliptical arch. That is a delicious looking door. We want to go in there. The inquisitive player might even be tempted to look up. What is all of this? What are these makeshift structures? When were they built? Were they built during a time of siege when soldiers needed to get from one place to another? With quickness and ease? What is this door? Let's take a look at it. This is the first time player be like, I wonder what's in this door. Well, it's another locked grated door. My sword is clearly ineffectual to make even the slightest dent. I want to go home. You know what? Yes, we all do. I want to go home, and I am home. It's a reference to how horrible my sofa is. I want to go in that door. I try to peer in. Can't really see much. I've gone right because that door was delicious. That door was delicious. So the player who's an easy mark, who's easy to be duped, will see that door. From how far back can we see that door? Let's see. When does the wall occlude the door? At which point? Okay, so the wall is... the door is actually visible even this far back. It's more subliminal here than it is anything else. Okay, the door is largely occluded by the wall angle, though it is still visible. So that door is, any way let's mimic the behavior, the analog stick behavior of a less adept player. Well, a less adept player would be doing this. I don't want to make you sick. I don't want to make myself sick. My TV's big and I'm sitting real close. Like, if we just mimic this sort of analog stick behavior, we can see the arch. It moves in a sort of a tempting little parallaxy way. We can tell that that's a doorway, and it feels like a discovery. It feels it's in our mind as we approach. Completely obscured here, visible again, obscured by the cart, visible again. It's blinking in and out. It's sort of a change blindness exercise. Blinking in and out is that door to the side. The door has incepted itself into our mind as our original idea. So that's something that Demon's Souls does very well, is make things feel like our original idea. I feel like a true original for going up here. Even though really this is the sucker's choice. This is sucker bait. So, schmuck bait, not schmuck bait. That's something else. This is sucker bait, which they're trying to make you go up to it and understand that you can't open it. So that is very important in doing a good lived-in 3D level. Now, at around this point, battling up these stairs for the first time in my first playthrough back in 2009, it struck me that we need no longer beg Konami for a 3D Castlevania game. This is 3D Castlevania. This is every bit the video game as at least Symphony of the Night. If Dark Souls transcends and surpasses Symphony of the Night, this game is right up there with Symphony of the Night. So clearly, this door is locked. This door, which we feel like a good boy for discovering, is locked. This region up here is this is clearly where we're supposed to go, but there's another grate up there. Another iron grated door just like that one. In fact, sits perfectly opposite it. Wait, the door is also symmetrical. You see what I'm saying? So we're now feeling like an explorer. We feel like we're actually on a mission of discovery. This door is probably locked too. We might not have seen this door before we saw that door back there. We might not have fallen for it because, again, this jerk on the stairs might have attacked us and drawn our attention. So we had jerks over here who distracted us from going all the way up the stairs. We had jerks over here who distracted us from approaching this door, and then we, like a ping pong ball on a bed of mousetraps, we also set off this guy up here. Now, the typical first-time player is going to follow the trail of danger. That's a very important notion in leading a player through a 3D level design, is following the trail of danger. Now, Demon's Souls can get away with doing it much more obliquely than a game like The Last of Us can, because this game is allowed to conjure dream logic based purely on the ethereality of its setting. So here we see some arrows on the ground. Nice little foreshadowing, environmental details. We're going to get to know every corner of this level. This is a castle under siege, hence the presence of makeshift shelves and boxes for crossbow ammo. So there is, at around this corner, we are going to step into the vision cone of an archer with high ground. I'm just going to block. I can't target him from here. He's just going to keep shooting me. The arrows are very slow. If you want to say this game is difficult again, that's your prerogative. Though in Call of Duty, I'd be dead right now. I'd be absolutely dead. I mean, this is pretty brain dead stuff. So we can also see, if we stare a little too inquiringly at the game, we can see a little Dragling back there, a Demon's Souls goblin. This is a guy standing over there by the fire. He found himself a little sword, and he's goleming around preciously with it. He thinks he's going to do something with that sword. So that guy's going to come at me as I approach. Now, I can't see around this corner, can I? Notice rotating the camera does not rotate my player. It rotates his head, which is a little distracting. Though, I can still continue. I have my block angle appropriately. Even if I turn all the way like this, you will see that I also can still block. There you go. Shield is Shield is a part of the sword and shield combo for a reason. So we got a guy there, and then we have another guy over there. That guy's constructed himself some kind of makeshift helmet. We can't exactly see what's going on there, though. I'll spoil it for you. True to its Super Mario Bros. Roots there, its Castlevania roots there is a bottomless pit right there. So I can target this guy now. If I have magic, let my shield down, fire off a shot, he's dead. No, I don't have magic, so I can't do that. Okay, wow, the struggle has caused this Dragling to, sneak out. Now, I could fight him down there, but why not fight him right here? A capital idea of a Soulsy. Wow, I thought he would be dead, I'm sorry. I can't believe I just got hit all those times. I have 19 Crescent Moon Grasses. Beware of cowards ahead. What, oh, you're calling the archer a coward? Okay, so now I've killed those guys. So a core part of your Souls combat is, yes, leading enemies out to a safer place to fight. Like, it was much safer to fight those enemies here than it is under the watchful eye of a crossbowman. So it is teaching me, right now, it is teaching me situation. It is teaching me that this game will involve situation of, we've created this beautiful little situation out of just 3 simple enemies. 3 simple enemies have created a, if not a complex, then at least an interesting situation. What are you doing? He's trying to get a better angle on me. That's a bottomless pit. Don't fall in that. The geometry here is a little struggly. This guy's a chump. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, he fell? We're gonna just go ahead and cowardly move around with the shield. Wow. So when I first played Demon's Souls, I know a lot of people probably were like this as well. I just kept my shield up so much. I had my shield up so much of the time. We're gonna go up here and we're just gonna see what this unfortunate person has. Half moon grass, a little better than crescent moon grass. Full moon grass, obviously the best. So there we are. Now, we have seen, at this point, 3 doors we cannot enter. Here's the first door we can. And, I will say, it's not very door-like. It looks more like a bust hole. So, having a sip of my beverage. We're about to get attacked. This was death number 6 for me. First time I played Demon's Souls. Those 30-second loading times were atrocious and served to goblinize my dislike, which culminated with me quitting the game after 20 hours before being told that I should play as a royal. Look at right. Very good. We're going to give this guy a fine appraisal. Congratulations. You gave me a useful hint. The guy's going to ambush me. So again, hammering again the idea that the game wants you to know stuff. The game wants to arm you with knowledge. It wants to make sure you know. There is a dude right here on the right. And he's going to hit me as I come in. He's just going to hit me. Now, you know, I'll just say that was a death first time I played the game. That was a solid death. Ooh. First time I played Demon's Souls, I believe I was about to mention this earlier, I didn't use the shield enough at all. I barely used the shield, even though it's right there on my arm. So, I've been ambushed. What if I get ambushed again? The targeting reticle spoiled it. There's a guy right there in the dark. Playing this on an OLED TV. It's utter darkness. Cannot see this guy. So, and now we're talking about ownership. We're talking about feeling at home. This room, I gotta say, it's quite cozy. I mean, I understand it's ruined and it's moldy and it probably smells like horse turds or whatever. Though there's a meal being eaten here. There's a meal being eaten. So yeah, I died on that guy first time I played. Though the idea of metering out the player's deaths. Look at this. We now own this much of the level. We now own all the way up to the entrance. Right, we own all the way out to here. Nobody can challenge me. Nobody can touch me. Nobody can talk to me. Only the crows, Johnny. So, Oh, look in here. Wait, is that an item right there? There's an item right there. Not only is there an item, there's a very good item right there. We're going to try to get that. So let's see. Let's see. We own all of this. This geometry, the wiggliness of this geometry bothers me even today. The bad time for falling down. Yeah, give you one of those. Always give a good appraisal to people. It helps them out. Unlike on social media. Well, I guess on YouTube maybe it helps. The wiggliness of this geometry always bothers me. The fact that I have to, like, drift a little bit next to the hole gave me a little bit of anxiety first couple hundred times I played this level. So, I mean, I died at the archer. I died at the first enemy. I died at the first enemy with fire. I died at the firebomber guy on the stairs. I died at the archer. I died at this ambush, and then you're just dying multiple times as you play this game. Again, it's a little Souls trick. Just click the target reticule if you can't see, right? It seems like a trick. Just if you can't see anything, just click it and you'll see. It'll target someone. Now, is this people who would say this is kind of cheating or hacking or trashy or underhanded? No, it's not. It's I mean, if you occupied the body, if this were a first-person game, you'd probably be able to see this. And this is a good simulation of just a human's sense of awareness. So we have one more fight here. I got away with 3 big boy slashes there because I'm a little bit strong. And again, destruction of stuff is another way that kind of makes you feel like you live here. I can heck up somebody's lunch. Apple lunch. See how this bloodstain died. Oh my god, got ambushed and ran back. Just ran back out here with a bow and arrow and stepped right into the pit. I mean, I understand it. Again, no judgment here. I've experienced all this. How did this person die? Well, we know they died out there. What killed them, though? Oh, I just heard a human voice. Did y'all hear that? See an item back there. Always get items. Firebombs. 5 firebombs is just a goddarn heck of a thing to have. For this level. They're a little overpowered. For a fun reason. So up here, by now you've been conditioned to know that when we come up here, we're going to have something of a... There's going to be a tussle. You're not going to get out of whatever this is without a tussle. Again, the game is using these right angles, which you can get away with because of the medieval castle theme. Right angles, all these right angles, they feel at home. Really kind of dooming it up here. So here we go. We got 2 knights. And these guys are not... they're not very weak. These are not the weakest guys. Oh my god, I fell. I rolled. This is not where you want to fight anybody. Not your high school bully, much less these guys. You don't want to back into a tiny room. Though I did clear it of breakable debris. The debris was adequately cleared, so I was able to back up without running into something. Didn't mean to fall off that ledge. Though that's just the sort of thing situationally that happens. And that is a point of these level designs is that they're built such that a struggle, again, knowing that the shield is one of the player's core items, and that locking on fixes the camera direction. They're built knowing that the player can back their way up and lead enemies into a more advantageous for the player situation. So now we enter a fog door. So this is extremely ominous the first time you play the game. This door that is enshrouded in fog. It feels utterly ominous. And it portends danger. I'm going to stand in front of this fog door for just a little bit. Let me line up the bricks with the bottom of the screen, get a good parallel line, take a sip of my drink. It's a good shot to have. Once we traverse the fog will never come back. The fog is a marker alerting the player to the idea that they have arrived somewhere they definitely have not been. There are a few opportunities to get lost at this point in Demon's Souls. Actually, there are no opportunities to get lost. Our traversal back to the Archstone is a straight line. We have not reached any sort of branch yet that we can traverse, that we can take advantage of. We have not reached any of that. And we are about to enter here, and when we go through, we will be climbing. Can't even look up high enough. We're going to be climbing the tower and ultimately winding up. We're going to be climbing up this tower, and we will ultimately end up on a battlement up above everything. And from there, we will, the true Demon's Souls will almost start there. All right, we're going in. We're going in. No turning back. All right, I've entered the fog. Now, what's in here? We've been ambushed every time we have turned 90 degrees after entering a door so far. So I'm pleased to report I did not die from this guy first time I played the game. I see an item down there under the stairs. So here we have something resembling a choice. I can go that way. I don't want to go that way. I know what happens if I go that way. We can see another player fighting. Successfully fighting this guy. I'm sure he was just fine. I'm gonna shield my way up the stairs. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to kill him so hard, but I did. We're gonna go back. I kind of just meant to play with him a little bit, spar with him. Okay, I'm gonna take this Unknown Warrior Soul. So these soul items, you can eat them. You don't eat them. You consume them to earn souls. Got a Mailbreaker. Don't need that. I already have one. Not the best sword. Not even the best sword when you find it there. We'll try to find a better sword at some point. And yeah, you can do your swords two-handed as well. Mailbreaker two-handed is pretty legit. Just knocked his balloon body off. Okay, we keep going. We keep ascending the stairs. Again, we are now aware of... We're now doubly aware of the perniciousness of an enemy on some stairs. So he's got a flaming sword. Don't let him hit you, or you will be on fire, which is a status. And there's somebody throwing firebombs up there. How disrespectful. These guys have this flurry attack that's so annoying. Again, you know, you can just kind of... I got hit. You freak chump. You want to try that again? No, I'm not dead. You want to try that again? Twist? Yeah, that didn't work. Gotta let go of your shield to recharge your stamina. And that's it. That's the last thing you ever did in your life. You got killed by a dead Homer Simpson Tilda Swinton. Now we see another staircase. At this point, we should be somewhat terrified of stairs. Terrified of tears. And as if on cue, we see a firebomb fall in the middle of the staircase, and we're now tempted to look up, and we now are aware. I mean, we've been aware for a while that we're ascending some rickety scaffolding from which we can fall and die at this point, and danger lurks. There's a jerk. See him? Where'd you come from, guy? He emerged from a door. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some grass. It didn't heal me. Again, I have 20 of those, and this is something that Demon's Souls does, Dark Souls doesn't. I mean, I can grind. I didn't kill 3. I only killed 2, or 1. Or what? Sorry. Had a little bit of a... I understand there was an item back there. I don't want to get the item yet. Because, the wisdom of playing a lot has just told me... I can just go back. Wait. Another bloodstain? What's, this is actually ideal for illustrating what this level design does. This person just came out, got hit, // die. So you know, this tells me my keen detective's instinct tells me something lurketh to the left. So let's just block. There we go. Comes in here. Doorways are good for earthquakes, not necessarily for fighting a guy. We done killed him. Watch the soldiers. Yeah. I'll do a little bit more than watch them. So we got a guy clearly up here. We're now being impressed with geometry on a different level. Recover a little bit of stamina. Man, you firebombs! What a chump move. So now the game is fully... I believe that's the guy who was attacking us with the firebombs. So now that he's dead... Oh my god, you scared the heck out of me, dude. Now that that guy's dead, I'm gonna go back here and get the item that was left behind. It wasn't that guy! Oh. So in other words, learn to trust your instinct, though also learn to doubt your instinct twice, instead of once. Fun little lesson the game teaches you. Bloodstain. What do we got? Oh, this looks like a chump there. Somebody retreated a little bit too far. So we got a guy in here. I'm gonna call him a monster even though he's a human. We got a monster in here. I can see him. However, the raycast hits wall. So the camera won't target him. We got him. I can't kill him on one stamina bar. Or at least not reliably. Okay. Again! Just block! No shame in blocking. There's I mean, eventually, when some of my first experiences with Dark Souls, or Demon Souls, involved my friend getting into... Yeah, ignore that because you're gonna fall. It says ignore. What happens, I'm gonna step on this and the ground is gonna break and I'm gonna die. Is what's gonna happen if I try to get that. We can get it later. Thanks, helpful person. So let's go back out here for a second. So on the struggle up this ramp here, fighting multiple battles, we have this beautiful scenery. And what is that? That's the bridge where we entered. Honest geometry, Jerry. It's all about honest geometry. That is where I was. I was down there, and now I'm up here. And the world as it was down there persists. It just persists in all its details. The dead horse is even still visible, the dead horse I pointed out at the beginning. Pretty classy, huh? And that is just kind of a beautiful Demon Souls moment. And then where are we going? So now understanduless of the visibility of the place where we started, we can look up and see the place we're going to go is right here. We're going to go up there. Clearly. There's no place else to go than up here. And if we inquire further, we see a little gatehouse looking zone. What is this beautiful, strange cathedral? This churchulous place? What is that? It's on a cliff overlooking the bridge. Here inside the first gate, the outer gate. What is that place? Well, let's venture forth and maybe find out. Okay. That guy has a boulder. Yes, I died here. First time I played the game. Push it down, jerk. I got hit. I got hit by the goddarn boulder. Because I got stuck on this. God darn it. I got stuck. I tried to... Well, I lived. That's supposed to kill you. So, I'm gonna call that a victory. Yeah, I should have rolled. That's true. I don't like rolling. Anyway, one of my first experiences with Souls games was my buddy who, prompted by friends online, played through the game naked, right? So, from the very beginning of Souls as a game series, from the very beginning, artificially inflating the difficulty and giving yourself a hard time. Oh my god. I'm trying to explain something. Artificially inflating the difficulty for yourself was a core part of the experience for a large number of people, which perhaps the specter of that attitude continues to haunt the game today. So we see a Blue Eyes Knight up there. You see him? That's our first like genuine big boy enemy. We don't really need to fight him, though we see him. And he's the first explicitly brightly blue thing that we see in the game. Now on the other side, we have these dirtbag archers. Oh, I can target him. We have these dirtbag archers. Now the Blue Eyes Knight is a bit of an idiot. No offense to him. He's a bit of a moron. He's not going to get bothered by us too much. He won't be too bothered unless we get real close, at which point he becomes a formidable foe. A formidable foe who is nonetheless quite defeatable. So here's what we got. There's an archer. Okay? So the archer shoots at you. The idea being first time you play this level, you get shot in the back by an arrow on your way up these stairs. After you'd probably been crushed by a boulder, this would discourage the weaker-hearted player. However, the person who's hardcore vibing with the game would probably love it. I mean, we're talking it's possible for there to be 2 deaths. One from the boulder, restart the whole level, play all the way back, get past the boulder, fight the guy at the top of the stairs who, if you dodge the boulder, you're very well aware of him. Though maybe you get hit during the fight with the guy, and then maybe you don't know about the arrow, you get hit with the arrow, and then you die. It's possible to have 2 deaths here, and that is exactly what happened to me the first time I played the game. Though the guy with the bow and arrow, the archer, strikes you from an angle that is very visible to you. You know you're getting hit in the back, because you don't see anybody up there except that guy. You know you're getting hit in the back if you get hit up here. So this guy's positioning is very crucial. And that is why I say, with confidence, that the true Demon Souls starts here, right here. This is where the true Demon Souls starts. And I say that with scientific certainty. This is where the Souls game franchise begins. It begins with this encounter that I have elected to plunge myself into because someone shot at me from behind my back. This guy has a spear. Spears are superior. That's why they call them spears. They're superior. My attacks have little, Bibis! My dog's barking. Fight stabs with stabs. My dog is yelling because Mimsy got home. Everyone, it's okay. That guy's dead. So yes, this is where the game truly begins. Timothy Bavis is here. And I kill this guy. So I've come all the way to this side after entering from these stairs. I can see the Blue Eyes Knight. He's still standing there ominously. He was unbothered by this struggle over here. If this game were relying on something more reminiscent of real-life waking logic, this enemy would have probably been moved by the commotion and come over to assist these people. However, he did not, because this is weirdo dream logic world, and I'm a guy with soul vapor misting off of me. So it's not. He's still unmoved. Game gets away with that, with using an enemy much like just placing him like on a shelf, like in a Castlevania game or a Mega Man game. Speaking of which, did you know Demon Souls is basically just a Mega Man game? Because once you get past the intro chapter, you can just choose your levels in virtually any order. And you got to figure out which way is the best way. Or the best way for you. You can dip into a level, obtain 1 or 2 things, and then dip back out. Let's touch this bloodstain. Okay. We got a knight fighting someone on the stairs. So, right here we're saying the folly of that particular quester was he got all the way up here while fighting these guys. He should have stayed back here. Right? He should have did what I did. Stayed back here. Oh, these have rocks in them, so they're unbreakable. These trebuchets and catapults prove to be quite difficult geometry to navigate. Now I'm gonna... so, we go in here. Sorry, Bibby Babbis is barking. Just ignore that, everybody. We go in here. We're in another dark room. Again, some drinks and food items on a table. This is another dark little gatehouse. So we go in here, and here is when I'm talking about the true Demon Souls starts here. You choose to engage in this battle. We just talked about how the player could have died 2 times on the same staircase, had to replay the whole level 2 times because of 2 deaths on 1 staircase. They now get in here because they chose to go this way and meet this ice-cold, sheer stone wall to their left. And this is where it all comes together. If the developers' the designers' taste in vintage Namco arcade games is correct, and the system of leaving hints for future players actually does work as a design concept, right here is where it has to pull off the magic trick for the first time. Now there are some utterly cheaterly, nasty, dirty ways to kill this enemy up here. Most popularly, you lead him all the way across the battlement, and then he very reliably falls off of a staircase to his death every single time. Though, for the most part, first time you play this game, you don't know about sneaking the guy into the tower and making him fall. You don't know about all of that. Though you do have the knowledge of... I had 8 deaths at this point, my first time I played. You do know a lot about dying and learning. And you have probably made usage of these hints. So here is where the game... So he is looking right at me, dude. He is looking at me. And he is aware of me. Though he's so calm, collected, and confident that he doesn't even approach. Read the message. Look forward to enemy. It's letting me know. I gave that a fine appraisal, though maybe I shouldn't have. Here I would leave a message that says, running is the best option. You shouldn't fight. So the hint system proves itself here. You see this guy, and the magic trick works either way. I think there's a 50-50 chance that you, the player, experienced now with death and retrial, will not fight, will read the hint and not fight this guy. Though this is the first time in the game you are presented a path that the game expects you to abandon. The game expects you to give up on this. So if we angle the camera a little bit, we can see it's kind of hard to make out, though it is that fancy church we saw up on the cliff. It's actually a tomb. We can get into that later. So this guy's guarding it, and you can see there's an item behind him. Very portentous. This is the first moment in the game the player should make a choice to give up on something. To not do it. 50-50. You either give up and walk away and say the guy with the blue eyes and the other side of the battlement is probably where I should go. Even though the struggle, the trail of danger, the archer and the spearman did lead you here, if you were following the trail of danger as you did early in the level, even though the trail of danger led you here, this is where you need to learn to give up and go somewhere else. This is the first branching path choice we were given in the game. Now, we could kill this guy. He's not impossible to kill. It's just if he gets us once, it's game over. And his attack can deplete my guard stamina pretty fast. So I don't want to fight him. I'm not going to fight him because I didn't the first time I played the game. And also if I kill him, all I get is access to the crypt, which I don't have the key for. So late in the game, you'll be able to take these guys down like there's no tomorrow. Or not even, or, late in your relationship with this game, which is I could kill that guy right now. I could do it. I'm not going to do it because it would go against the spirit of this video. Though I could kill that guy. The blue eyes, so instead the player's going to go back here. 50-50 chance the player gives up. That's 50, and then the other 50 is the player fights and dies a grotesque, horrible, shameful, baleful death. Here are the stairs where we made that 180 and chose to go 180 degrees opposed to the direction we were heading. We now see a mist door, a fog door. So the fog is, as before we were required to go through the fog, we now have learned sort of entering a Zelda room with 4 torches in it, knowing we need to light all 4 torches. We have now entered into this pact with the game, this understanding that every time we see a fog door, we're going to go through it. That's a blue-eyed knight. Did he stir? Did he stir? These guys are chumps. Should I try to kill him? Man, I haven't fought a blue-eyed knight on level 0 in a while. You hear him Darth Vadering. Ah, crack. He's attacking. 14 damage. He staggered me. I rolled. So these guys are they're cuddly. They're cuddly fellas. They're not like they're pretty dumb. He can still kill me, and brutally. He can still kill the heck out of me. He can also heal, which sucks. Those Dragon Quest monsters who can heal are always the most obnoxious ones. I can riposte him and end him pretty effortlessly, though it's kind of, you jerk. This jackweed. Again, let your stamina recover. Don't get greedy. My stamina's down. I'm now learning to navigate somewhat, you know, a semblance of a naval battle of yore. Navigating around difficult geometry. Let him heal. Fun to experience tactics. First time you play this game and you get up here, you're gonna have almost zero comfort, zero chill against these guys. He rarely attacks. Oh! Late enough in the experience that these guys will never surprise you. Okay, he's dead. That was enough of that. Playing with your food a little bit there. Oh, a knight's shield. How ridiculously slow will that make me? My equipment burden is going to be up at 93%. I think it's worth it. I'm not strong enough. Oh, of course. Let me give me my kite shield back then. Why knight when you can kite, right? So we have now at this point in this level, in our relationship with Demon Souls, we know fog takes us to the next place we are supposed to go. We have made a decision to turn 180 and attack some guys to execute a vendetta. We have read a hint. The hint wasn't very helpful in the case of this particular instance of the game, that we've read a hint that warned us against fighting a specific enemy, and we have decided not to fight him. We have fought our first challenging foe in the name of uncovering the fog. Had our first something resembling a cinematic sword fight against him. And we have now uncovered this door, and having the experience of having gone to something optional at the other end of the battlement, we now see there's a door over there that's wide open. And here's where the player makes the decision to go this way. I feel like you can go in the fog, or if you've played any JRPG where there's always treasure at the end of a dead end, you might go, maybe there's a little tiny something in here. And it turns out there's not a little tiny something in here. There's a lot in here. And that is part of the Dark Souls charm. The Souls charm, we'll say. Is there a guy in here? The player wonders. Is there a guy in here? Maybe there is. I hear grunting and groaning. 6 firebombs! Wow! I can use those. In fact, I can use those here. So now the player has the delightful experience, the turntabulous experience of having the high ground. And there, we learn fire kills these guys. And also, Fire on those barrels causes explosions. How did this person die without tripping that? Did they just run headlong into this battle? Oh. A fall caused that death. Very dark in here. OLED television. Oh, here's a guy. What's up, Charlie? So these draglings, they have a this burst attack, which I he lit me. Shouldn't have gone for 3 there. A beginner wouldn't have gone for 3. Or maybe a beginner would have gone for 3. What am I talking about? A lot of the deaths you see from the bloodstains are beginners going for 3. 3 hits or 4 hits. The 4th hit is usually deadly if you try to hit someone 4 times as a noob. There's a door. White sunlight peering in. We know that that will take us to an exterior area. Don't forget to use the lever, the hint said. What does that mean? That door slam was not a Dark Souls sound. Okay, so what's here? So, I got a package. I don't need to open the package now, do I? Should I stop and open it? So we got chains here. I want to go home. Yeah, me too. And I am home. Again, the magic trick, for the second time now, we are seeing the place we started. Hammering it into us. There's the door that was behind us when we started. If we didn't rotate the camera when we started the level, we're now seeing definitively that there was something behind us. We look here. There's the big door that we presume we're trying to get to. We can see the other door that we saw temptingly, that showed us subliminally as we approached the top of the stairs from the beginning of the game. And we're just going to go ahead and cut these chains. I forgot to point this out earlier, though. There were corpses hanging by chains here, and they had items on them. Now they have hit the ground. There they are. I can go back and get them whenever I please. So do I go back and redo the whole level? Or do I continue going down here? So the player who has a good sense of direction and geometry is at this point starting to guess where this is going. And I will admit, when I first played this in 2009, I did not exactly predict where we were going here. Though it is feasible for a player to understand they are approaching that second shortcut door, that second locked door. There is another locked door down here. So they might, you have every tool necessary, every clue has been given to you that you are approaching that first shortcut door. And you don't know it's a shortcut door. But this is a true monolithic moment now in the Souls history. Okay. There's guys down there. Let's I'm gonna do this for demonstrative purposes. This is what I did the first time I played the game. I threw a firebomb. That was so bad. That was not all of them, I'm sorry. I did throw it quite ineptly the first time I played the game as well, so meant to do a little bit better. I'm not a firebomb guy. Not a firebomb guy. So yeah, that is more or less how I used it. You jerks want to fight? So the player is now. Are you kidding me? Wow! He hit a barrel and killed all his friends. I was gonna make a little notion out of that point there. There's that burst attack. Depletes his stamina. To my advantage. There's the crescent moon grass. Okay, so I was gonna make a nice little point out of this little cluster of dudes down here. Here is kind of a really triumphant little fight where you just kind of show up and there's just a bunch of enemy dudes just kind of chilling confidently behind this gate. And here we are. There is the door. There is that corpse with that treasure. Probably a precious treasure. The player intuits. And here is this lever. A lever, a treasure, a pleasure. Let's pull the lever. Yank it. Let's read the message. What's the message? Over here. And just like that, we've opened the door, and we have obtained the Cling Ring. Perhaps the most important treasure. And then we come out here, and here are the 2 corpses that I dropped. Forgot to look. I really wish I'd remembered to look at them. Aged spice, old ragged boots, old ragged gloves, old ragged robes. And the jade hair ornament. Jade hair ornament is a story thing. We will be able to make use of that somewhat soon. So we're now starting to get little story lore tricklets. Lore is trickling in. So we have now established... And this person also... they look like they were doing something with that ring, like that ring was valuable to them. So we're now able to... I mean, we recognize this, even as a first-time player. We recognize all of this, and we feel very impressed by it. Right now, Demon's Souls, the Souls series, has truly been born with the activation of that first shortcut, orchestrated in beautiful symphonic concert with all the other elements of the level. Now, we can take the long way and go back if we want, or we can just go back up the stairs. We'll go back up the stairs because that seems more reasonable. Though when we play the game, though if we die, and at this point in the game, I haven't died. I've died 0 times while playing this here because, again, I've played this 100 times or so before. First time we play, we might have died 10, 12 times in order to get down here. In fact, first time I played, I died twice trying to come down these stairs. Got my souls back each time. Twice. I mean, it's kind of remarkable because the stair battle down the stairs is pretty hard. They condition you to think fighting up some stairs is hard, and then they've got you going downstairs, and it's just as hard because now the enemies have flaming swords. High ground doesn't really help you much. This game isn't throwing you too many treats in terms of geometrical or geographical superiority. So I died 2 times fighting down these stairs and almost gave up. I almost gave up on seeing what's at the bottom of the stairs, and I stuck with it only because the second time I came by, I was like, wait, that's definitely, I can unlock this door if I get down those stairs. I knew it. So, there is some sort of savant level player who didn't die their first time and knew as they were coming down these stairs that this was going to unlock the shortcut. The shortcut really doesn't matter to the best players, the true pros, who could just as well not unlock the shortcut. This is a purely optional shortcut, and coming in here and seeing these enemies just loafing around on a fresh playthrough, because every time you die, the enemies refresh. If you go back to the Archstone to heal yourself, the enemies will refresh. That's just the way it works in the Dream Logic Souls world. The enemies will be back, and you will have to fight them down here. Though it's real easy to just come up on them, just roll in and steamroll them down. Especially because every time you fight your way up these stairs, you are guaranteed to get a whole bunch of healing restorative items. You're not guaranteed. More likely than not, you're going to obtain some healing items. This guy has a chance of dropping a firebomb. You can really get used to trinketing your way around in this game. So we're going to we've already got the Providential Ring, which increases item find. And here we are, the Cling Ring. And this is the sort of item that has given... that makes me think maybe Demon's Souls deserves, or the Souls games deserve their arcane reputation. So now you'll see my life meter is now a generous 3/4 of itself, of my max life I can have now, thanks to the Cling Ring. Very strange that the game introduces this mechanic of having your HP, making it harder when you die, which is weird. It's not just when you die, when you lose your humanity. What does that mean? I don't have a... Just watch some lore videos if you want to get into that. It's a little less complicated than lore. Though having your HP when you lose your humanity, and then it gives you a ring, and I mean, there are other rings that do really good things, that do really impressive things that maybe you want instead of this ring. Though this ring will let you have more of that HP. So right there, they've given us this useful item that simultaneously feels like interesting lore, like world story lore. So that's neat. So here we are, back up at the top. We're gonna reach this fog gate, and I'm gonna break off. I'm gonna take a little toilet break, but then I'll be right back and we're going to go through the fog, and we are going to begin a story segment of the game, a part of the game that feels like a cinematic lurks just through this fog. So I'll be right back with that in what to you is going to feel like 1 second.
Well, I am back. I have brought myself a beverage in case you wanted a little bit of insight into how much any one individual human person can learn from a situation. Let me tell you, I provided myself a beverage for the first part of this recording, and I did not drink it until the recording was finished. I picked it up and just guzzled it. Then I prepared myself for part 2 and thought I should give myself another beverage. So I wonder if I'm even going to drink this one during this recording. So I got my beverage. Let's take a drink of it right now, actually. I mean, it's hard to take a sip of a beverage while you're playing a video game and talking constantly. So anyway, let's do a quick little tiny recap of what's happened up until this point, where we stand in front of this fog door. So up until this point, Demon's Souls has guided me through a relatively linear, action-packed segment in which I am killed many times as a first-time player, not as a pro who's done this a trillion times before. I'm killed many times on my way here. I am perhaps most egregiously killed by the Red Eyes Knight. If I challenged him to a fight and died brutally, that's one death I might have had. I've had some recent deaths that feel more profound, more despairing, more hopeless than the previous deaths I had. So if I died at this Blue Eyes Knight, that death feels bigger than the deaths I suffered by getting shot in the back by a crossbow, or shot in the face by a crossbow, or bowled over by a boulder, or crushed by or just lit up by a firebomb. That Red Eyes Knight death feels like a milestone. A Blue Eyes Knight death would feel like this game just got hard. This game is getting difficult. A death on these stairs, I would have died in trying to get to the shortcut. I would have died feeling a sense of discovery as I die, because I would feel like I'm dying because of something I did. I died by a choice. I died because I got curious, and that should endow me, bless me with something, at least. So by the time the first-time player arrives up here, having unlocked the shortcut, ready to enter the fog, they have been abounded with these. It's just a linear path, dressed up quite drastically, populated popcornulously with look-at-able details, seeable details, opportunities to look at the future of the level. It is a medieval castle, the player knows that much. What lurks inside, they might not ponder. The story might not offer much of a hint. Where exactly are we going? What kind of place are we going to? Not really sure, though for the most part, we do feel as though we are going somewhere. And this level, after the fashion of Super Mario Brothers, Dragon Quest, Mega Man, Castlevania, it despite not necessarily always making 100% perfect architectural sense in terms of where is the inhabitant of this building going, it does lead us here, and it feels momentous. And that's just a little tiny bit of a magic trick for this game to have pulled off at this point. It's pulled it off at a point where we have not yet earned the ability to level up our character. This is actually hugely important to know. We cannot level our character up yet. We've collected 950 souls at this point, as I play here. If we died and we collected our souls, recovered our souls after dying multiple times, it is we're arriving here with about this number of souls. We're not 100% sure what to do with them at the moment. There's no shop to buy things from. There's no level up mechanic introduced. The game is early, as it is, early on, as it will continue to do until late in the experience. The game is stressing unto me that I, personally, the real corporeal human playing the video game, I am the experience points, not the souls. The souls are a currency for buying upgrades, sure. Though, We're not gonna vault. We're not gonna vault just yet. Don't worry. We're not gonna jump down there. Like my learning, my growth, my achievement, acquisition of intimacy with the level geometry and the encounter design, that is way more valuable than any kind of an upgrade. That, by this point in the game, should have been hammered into the player. And if it hasn't been, I won't go so far as to say it's the player's fault, though I will say that maybe the player will learn it in the sequence that continues from here. We've entered a room. Okay, again, check your corners. The player is always wary of dark rooms. There is nowhere else to go except this right angle turn down here. And it is a staircase. Now, we've encountered multiple types of staircases, those that give us tactical advantage, however incremental, and those that take from us tactical advantage. We continue to see previous geometry. We've gone through the fog gate, so we've learned that the fog, by this point, we've learned that the fog does not represent a different world in any way. It just represents some sort of spiritual barrier. So here we are about to encounter, for the first time in the game, a sort of a story event. Now, story lore is light. Oh, we got an archer here who's gonna get cheeky. He's gonna try to shoot me. He's gonna throw a firebomb. Don't let that happen. We've now become wary of these jerks who lurk. I haven't locked on to him. Oh wait, I don't want my mail breaker out, sorry. Can you die, please? Whoa, he lived. Crike. I ran out of stamina. Oh, that's it? And that's the last thing he ever did. See a spear boy down there? Spear boys are, they're a little frustrating. So right now here, after basically wandering through a Disneyland, Disneyland-esque, it's not exactly as Disneyland as your typical AAA game at this time or later would have been. Though we've gone through a sort of a Pirates of the Caribbean linear on-rails excursion up until this point. Though now the game is finally architecturally as well as game designerly. Oh, he doesn't have a shield, so he's an idiot. Oh man. What, he live? God, I can't believe that guy lived. Let's read the message. Look, it left. This message is usually written for the direction you're going. What's down left? I can hear dudes in stereo. Oh, who's that? That's a knight. He looks not unlike me. It looks as though he is not some sort of phantom either. Like he might be a real person. So now, finally... Excuse me? I believe that was the look it left that I was warned about. I went for 4 hits. Again, quite hubristic of me. Guy lurking on a ledge. At this point in the game, you should be pretty attuned to checking your corners. I didn't do it just now because I'm a maverick. What can I say? You look right, barricades. So this tells us there's a useful person. Oh wait, yes. A useful person indeed. Let's crunch our way through. So we are now kind of iceberg tipping our way into what suffices for narrative in a Souls game. That sounds snippy. I'm not being snippy. I like that this is narrative. So, it's a shopkeeper.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares?
My wares?
Mostly stolen, but who's telling eh?
He's Scottish. Because most zombies are Scottish. So you can buy some stuff from him. I mean, there's really no reason to. You can buy him for souls. So this is your first opportunity to spend currency in the game. Interestingly enough. I don't want any of this trash. This is all kind of some trash. Plate helm. I don't need any of this stuff because I got the knight set. Now you don't really I don't think it's not often wise to buy anything from this guy. I mean, there's you can buy some stuff if you want. Though I mean, I don't need 100 souls for Crescent Moongrass. I can get millions of these by just killing dudes.
Go ahead. Take your time. I'm not
Take my
going
time.
anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, he says. Oh, well, he is going somewhere. So much this kind of feels like a real kind of. I mean, I don't have necessarily exact details to back this up, but this feels kind of like vintage Falcom-esque almost. Kind of a legacy of the wizard kind of aspect of not exactly in that game. It feels like something that wouldn't be out of place in an old, like crusty old Falcom game. Is I don't know why I tried to vault over that. Is a shopkeeper who exists in a place in a level. Once you pass a trigger point to get past a certain event, in this case it's the boss. Once you beat the boss, he moves to a different place. So the shopkeeper is a character. Now, I mean, that's not exactly the most brand new idea. There have been shopkeepers who are characters before this game. Again, we come in here. It's become quite routine to be wary of corners, though look. No one. There's nobody. Nobody hiding here. So now the game starts to build upon you the expectation that maybe you won't get ambushed every time you enter a room. Now there's a guy over there at the end of a corridor. Over here, we've become quite inquisitive. It's our first time play, and we can see down into a little alley. What's down there? We're going to find out in a minute. We're going to stick it to this guy because this guy looks like a chump. Now we enter one of the most geometrically interesting encounters in the early game. So the game has now started to feel non-linear. It has started to feel like it's offering me choices. Very much with this Nebulous, the level design has deltaed out and it has become a little bit fuzzy. So as of right now, the level design does not feel perfectly linear. It is starting to feel unsafe, as though the 12 or so deaths the average new player has experienced thus far in the game were not enough to drill into the skull that this game is dangerous, this place is dangerous. Right now, the architecture starts to feel dangerous. This breezeway feels dangerous. This being able to look down in this courtyard and see this story character and these monsters in the courtyard, that feels dangerous. It's like they're down there. It's not perfectly foreshadowing to me how I'm going to get to them or when I'm going to encounter them. So it feels dangerous, and we feel like we are not at home right now. So the game has already, probably by letting the player die 12 or so times to get here. I'm estimating 12 times. It was 12 times for me. So dying 12 times to get here and learning that the experience points live within me, the player, testing me, putting me through a little bit of a trial here to try to to befuddle my sense of direction. I know that this cinematic encounter is down here-ish, right? Where is the cinematic encounter with the knight? Where is it, right? Can I hold it in my brain? It's right here, right? We pass this bridge. We no longer are within the geographical range of that encounter, though there is a guy down there. See him? The crossbow. He just shot me! Can't hit me, chump. That's wild. He shot at me because I looked at him. There's a guy down there, so we know that the cinematic encounter is on the other side of that bridge. Did he just die? How did he die? Who died? Somebody died and gave me their souls. Okay. It's not Big Boy Siegfried. I call him Siegfried. He's not, he hasn't sprung into action yet. He doesn't until we go talk to him. Whoa! That arrow could have hit me. So it's trying to befuddle me away from that little encounter that my inquisitive mind inspired me to look at in the first place. I see a dangerous guy down in the courtyard, and so I'm now being confronted with enemies I can't fight, situations I can't enter, and this should start to unsettle me, because I've died so many times, and I have freed up geometry so many times, and I've hung out perhaps in the level, luxuriated in it a little bit, like my run up to the stairs, feeling like I own the place. Where are the enemy's ambushes? Always, my friend. So here, I'm now being baked in the sense of danger. I feel like there's something dangerous now about the architecture and the design. And I see a guy with these guys jump in, which I think is masterful. It's quite rare. We're now ambushed. These guys have axes, which are slow weapons for barbaric losers. I got guard broke. I got straight up guard broke. I need my stamina back. Can I lock on to a man, please? These guys love it when you parry their axe, by the way. They really like it. It's like their favorite. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't help myself. I know I said I wasn't going to parry too much. They really love it. I'm trying to play it like a noob. So yeah, you see these enemies, and then they spring this ambush on you. It's beautiful. So now as I walk past a trigger point, I think it's easier to fight those axe guys back there, where you're not burdened. You pick this guy off, distract him in. I'm now aware of another crossbowman. Oh, his strike was so slow that I'm playing sloppy. Wow. I'm playing sloppy. That's it? Come on, buddy. We're gonna go ahead and eat some grass. I don't have as many grasses as I did the last time I played through this level. So there's the crossbowman up there, camouflaged a little bit by the ivy on the rocks behind him. And then there's another crossbowman up there. So the mildly inquisitive player sees this and thinks, I'm gonna get shot at as I approach. The more expert, maybe military shooter fan player is gonna wonder what's over here. If that's over there, what's over here? And the game is yet not cruel enough to pincer you on all sides with crossbow fire. So we just see those guys. We're just like tangentially aware of them. Let's touch the bloodstain. Wait, did I not touch the bloodstain? Oh, there we go. Oh, this guy is made the mistake of having a samurai ponytail. And also of rushing in and fighting the Axemen here, where those crossbow dudes, where their vigilance is extracted. There we go. Very easy to defend against those guys. These guys actually do have a little bit of an impossible geometrical reach to them. I let myself get ambushed by the absolute chump enemy. Walking through crossbow bolts like an absolute pro, I then got chumped by a dragling. Because sometimes that's how it happens in a Souls game. I don't purport to be any kind of expert player. I say as I am getting hit. I kind of feel sorry for these crossbowmen when you get this close to them. Because, what can they really do? I got a warrior soul. That's another soul item. I'm gonna eat some grass. I wonder how that tastes. So I could have tripped off, I'm now entering a slightly more dangerous area. I'm aware of this adversary up there, though also there's a blue-eyed knight. Let's see what this guy does. This knight is clearly fighting someone at the bottom of the stairs and perishing like a chump and falling off as he dies. We're not gonna let that happen to us. We're gonna try to play a little more thoughtfully. So I'm aware of the sniper up there. I'm gonna just ignore him. And we're gonna just take a look. Please, can you please stop it? You're not gonna kill me. So we can see those stairs on the other side of this small courtyard. I don't like much having a crossbowman have a line of sight on me as I descend some stairs, so we're gonna go ahead and just let him have a vantage for a moment. So here's a courtyard full of dudes. Absolutely burstulously full. And I can get hit a lot here. This feels like very dangerous. Feels very irresponsible for me to be doing that battle that way. Broken sword, what use is that? Again, with the game's designerly sense of humor, giving you items that are nominally not good. You know from the name of the item that it's just not going to be useful. Lore rich, though not mechanic useful. Got him in the back. Always stab the back. Again, think of it as boats. Think of the combat as boats. Getting shot at. I've gone down here. So I've gone down when I could have gone up. That guy over there does not look friendly. Who shot me? Am I getting shot through the floor by that guy up there? So right around here, the player is finally kind of basking in the sense of danger. I've got the crossbow guy still up there. We've left him up there to just make it feel more dangerous. I'm artificially inflating the sense of difficulty here for myself. You gonna shoot or not? There he is. He missed. Lord. That guy's got a crossbow over there. So let's go back and take another couple of looks at this. Again, we're puzzling out what the average beginner style player is going to be encountering the first time they play this. Right? We're puzzling it out. Let's go back here. We've killed the most of these guys now. Be wary of the enemy's traps. Let's vault over. We've been tutorialized on the vault, so at this point, we might not. So, the first time I played, I missed this. I completely missed this idea. I saw this guy down here, and I thought, how do I get to him? Didn't realize I could just jump down because I'd been conditioned at that point to believe so firmly in the presence of danger. Examine the reins, get the thief ring. So we can kill this dude. Though the first time we get here, we don't really want to kill this guy.
That was a bold leap. A surprise indeed.
That was a bold
Well,
leap.
now
A
that you are
surprise
here,
indeed.
pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
Pray thee, fend off these draglings. So this goddarn guy needs my help to kill these guys? I mean, he's kind of a chump in that case, I would say. Let's, you know, a compensation for my earlier mistake with the firebomb. Let's... Here you go. I didn't mean to eat that. I'm sorry. That's about as good as it gets with the firebomb. I'm gonna not do those anymore. That's what I tried first. I can't believe I accidentally ate that goddarn... We're gonna just put I don't need any of this trash. I just put my pine resin in there. Okay. I only have one pine resin. We're gonna need more pine resins. So he wants me to help him kill these guys? This fight is nothing. I say as I walk right into it. Again, think of it as boats. I can't be killed while I'm backstabbing a guy. I can't believe this guy lives. There you go. Come on down, buddy. Another crest moon. Alright, what's up?
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria.
Ostrava
Accept
Boletaria.
this as a token of my gratitude.
Give me the token, Jerry. Brass telescope. It's a fun thing to have. Again, the game has just kind of blessed us with so many opportunities to look at stuff that it now gives us a telescope, which is mildly useful for coming to grips with level design. So now we've got Ostrava helping us. Ostrava sounds like he's some sort of productivity software.
Now I take my leave. There is
He takes his...
something I must do.
There's something he must do. So he's just going to kind of venture through this level. So this is your first introduction. Period. Your first introduction to a soulless NPC. You're like a weird souls NPC. He's not as weird as they get. This is kind of a strange guy. He's a bit of a bizarre guy. He has the key to the crypt. You don't know that right away. A scimitar, good sword. So he's gonna go tussle with this Blue Eyes Knight. We can help him, or we can let him die. There are reasons to let him live. It feels cool to fight co-op first time you play the game. Yo, Ostrava, get over here. Help me out, buddy. It feels like you're really just kind of co-oping it with the guy now, right? backstab the knight while he's distracted. Kind of makes you think, how cool would it be if this game was co-op? And you get your chance to answer that question at some point later if you stick with the video game. I like how he goes through this little gazebo. This little flourish in the architecture. He's now walking head on into an archer. We'll take this archer down for him. Again, feel sorry for these guys. So we're now at a place where we have experienced, or at least indulged ourselves in a little bit of a tasting procedure with this area of the level design earlier, and now we are going to try to put mouth to money. Oh my God, Siegfried, you dirtbag. There you go. I killed them all with the firebomb. I played Doom before. All right, Siegfried, you can leave. Thanks. That's what firebombs are for. I'm a huge child, so I like to just kind of not have them in a place where I can accidentally use them. There's a couple dudes survived. He could have tried to kill these guys. What did he like? So now the game is finally, again, in keeping with this stuff feels dangerous now theme. It is confronting me with multiple enemies at the same time. So I came through this area earlier by myself, and now that I have my buddy, I can come through it with the buddy, and he does help a little bit. I don't know why he turned away. He just didn't consider those guys enough of a marquee threat, I think. So this is lower area. Go down into this corner, find another little treasure. Again, it's rewarding me for just popping into these little corners. A lot of, if not all of this stuff is perfectly missable to the first-time player. Even when you've died, you might have died about 12 times to get here. I actually, somehow, there was this feeling of a rush, of a thrill. A big thrill first time I got here, because encountering my big boy, baby boy, fighting these big hordes of draglings, diving in here. The game has, up until now, been a game of inches. You're fighting just inch by inch, dying, learning to redo the encounter. And now it has unleashed me into, you know, the oldest trick of an open world game, to unleash you into the open world. This is Demon's Souls' equivalent of the open world. A wide open, possibility-full, just big old possibility zone where there's lots of different encounters tucked away into these little architectural corners. And I can feel in danger. Like, I feel in danger of getting lost. And clearly I'm supposed to go up these stairs, which is where I wandered into the very first time I played the game without encountering my my NPC friend. Where is he, anyway? Again, that's the magic of a Souls game. Having this sort of NPC who, did he get lost? Is he not going to come with me? He finds his way back to the Nexus, one way or another. There he is. Hey, buddy. A true lost soul, I would say.
No matter how far I venture, only the soul-starved remain.
Hey, why don't you come with me, dude?
Is there a single sane person left in Boletaria?
Is there a single sane person left in Boletaria? Hey, man. What are you telling me? What are you calling me, bro? So there was just this exhilaration of getting to this area of this level the very first time. Just extreme exhilaration, because it's like, I'm just plunging through. I'm somehow surviving these fights against 3 guys at a time. I feel so smart for blocking these archer arrows because they're clearly visible up on top of these scaffoldings. You just feel, this is just utterly thrilling. This is as close as a Souls game ever comes to like a Konami arcade brawler. Just making you feel rewarded for continuing to stick with it. So right now I've got to contend with this dirt bag with a crossbow and a blue-eyed knight at the same time. Let's lead this blue-eyed knight down here. Whoa, that's not where I wanted to lead him. He staggered me with 1 hit. Okay. Unlock. I swear I held that button down for a run, not a roll. Okay, the blue-eyed knights can run pretty fast when they're so motivated. We're gonna get him over here. Not for any... Excuse me? Is he going back? Not for any particular reason. We're just gonna get him to go... There he is, there he is. Hey, buddy. Hey, bro. I could have got him from behind. There it is. These guys love being parried. I feel like, okay, so one of the biggest noob mistakes you'll make a lot the first time you play Demon's Souls is accidentally doing the nudge, the punch fist move, when you mean to slash. You gotta know when to take, when you can get 3. It's just something you, a sense you acquire as you fight those guys. Knowing when you can get 3 hits and when you should stop at 2. Knowing, obtaining the confidence to go for 3 or 4. I knew I could get those last 3 hits on that guy because I knew, of course, he's gonna die. I was gonna run out of stamina, but if it collided, I should have just nudged that guy off the edge after talking about the nudge. That crossbow man is dead down there. Where is he? He didn't live, did he? But someone's shooting at me. Who's shooting at me? Another fog door, so we know we're on the right track. Let's go back down again. Trying to obtain intimate ownership of the level design. Trying to feel like we live here. He did live! You weird man. Didn't even have an item. Came all the way down here, didn't even get a goddarn item. 2,098 souls. We're a little spiritually rich at the moment. More so than we've been so far in the game. We're gonna enter the fog door. And now... So we've made it through the thrilling zone. Now the game, and this is something that further levels hammer in. Every single world of this game does a really good job of, in my opinion, and in my critical opinion, an extremely good job of flirting experimentationally with being a different genre of game. Every level has a different gimmick, a different theme. The castle theme is a very good foundation to start this game on because it is a dark, hard, medieval, spiritual fantasy, supernatural medieval fantasy. Very good place to start. Though each level rewards, each like world of this game, and each sub area of each world of this game rewards different types. Different types of experimentation. Okay, so this person has just gotten killed by something fierce. There's big crows. So what we have here is some boulders. We've been crushed by a boulder. Now we have boulders. Like, we can see them. So, I'll tell you what. You can get real killed by those boulders. So now the hunter has become... Oh my god. Are you serious? I got hit by an archer immediately before he died. The hunter has become the hunted. The trapped has become the trapper. First time I played this game, I'm proud to say, I did not die on those boulders. Though the second time I came through, I slashed it wrong and I got hit by the boulders. Only on the side. I survived. I survived my first hit by those boulders. So now there's the boulders. Boulders don't hurt you when they're not moving. You can rub up against them all you want. I point this out because the first time I played Demon's Souls, I was scared to touch the boulders even when they were not moving. Shout me out in the comments if you have had a similar experience with this game. Let's see. Up here. Okay. Okay, so we've now learned to fear stairs, and also to feel cool on stairs, and also to fear just basically anything in this game. We're gonna read the message. Beware of soldiers ahead. Yeah, okay. A lot of appraisals for that one. Let's look at the blood stain. Can I close the message? Here we go. Beware of soldiers ahead. What? Touch the blood stain. Let's see. How did Jerry die? Where did Jerry die? I don't see Jerry's corpse. Let's have a beverage, actually. Hold on. I forgot where I put it. See, I told you I wasn't gonna touch the beverage. Now I'm touching it. Here we go. Try to guess what my beverage is. Ooh, refreshing. Okay, so, yeah, that was the hint, is that my beverage was refreshing. So again, keeping with the danger theme, the architecture now, these stairs, this multi-leveled, multi-tiered staircase feels kind of bodaciously dangerous. Now, there's enemies on our left. We can see a soldier up there. What's gonna happen? Oh my god, he comes right in. You tried to firebomb me? Fire is weak and will never kill me. Should I riposte this guy? Oh. God, you're such a chump. Dirtbag chump. You freak. Can't believe that guy lived. I want to chomp some grass. So already this early in the game, the weakest healing item does not recover me to full health, even when I have a little bit more than than half health. Entering slowly here actually has its advantages over. If you just rush in here, these two spear guys are going to come at you, and they can kill you. The game has tried its best by this point to teach you that you should just kind of squeak forward slowly. You shouldn't be rushing. Now, beware of monsters ahead. Now we reach a point. This fork. Hold on, I'll go ahead and give this guy a fine. This fork feels momentous in a really scary way. You don't even know yet. There's a forebode in the air. So we're gonna go ahead and go through here. Because, again, stairs are scary, and we feel like this area is optional. It's just been impressed upon us that this area is if not necessarily safe to go through, it is this sort of like recessed lower level is probably an optional path. It is probably not going to take us to something important because we've been going up, up, up for this whole level. Oh my god, again, the Phantom scared me. So what's out here? Beginners should try this area later. Wonderful. So again, at this point, if you have not taken the hints to heart at this point in your playthrough, right around here, you definitely should. The Red Eyes Knight was your first warning. If you fought the Red Eyes Knight and died, like I did, you should know that you're supposed to follow these hints now. So there's something in there that beginners should try later. Should definitely try later. We're gonna go ahead and just poke our head in. First time I played, I did not progress. I stopped and I went back. I thought, you know what? There's literally a dragon over there. Now, there's also plenty of treasure. Dragons love to. Dragons love to hoard treasure. So, the player who has at this point died at the hands of weird Scottish zombies and big blue-eyed knights. The player should be conditioned to immediately understand they cannot kill that goddarn dragon. I mean, the player can kill that dragon. Let's not focus on that. First time I played, I went this way, and I did not progress, did not fight the dragon, did not confront the dragon, did not go down down those stairs into that horrifying little courtyard. And I came back and I thought, let's try the battlement. I battled across the battlement already, fought a blue-eyed knight up there and everything. Went through a fog door. I've been through these before. Try rolling. Okay. I will. I thought to myself, I know what to do in this situation. Here comes a guy down the stairs. Let's go ahead and fight him. Let's give him a shot. Again, we know these guys love being parried. So let's just go ahead and do it. That's, I'm sorry. Oh my god. King style rocked him to the ground. Let's keep going. Oh, kick his balloon body a little bit. Alright, that's one guy. I can clear out a whole bridge. So, the reputation of Souls games is hard. Came from this, this flagrant utter temptation to just monster soldier your way across this bridge like a big butt professional. You know, like a big pro. To just monster your way across and fight all the guys kind of old boy style, right? When really that's not how you're supposed to do it at all. You're supposed to just more methodically. Knights may be wearing big suits of armor. Though they're not necessarily stupid. They all went to school. What is that? It's a dragon. What's he doing? Oh. That was weird. I'm scared. Me too, Jerry. Okay. So the average player sees this situation and gets understandably freaked out by it. This bridge has a bunch of dudes. There's a dragon in the sky. What do I do? The player may, at this point, may or may not lose hope. We hear those dragon wings. We hear them. Look at the scorch marks on the ground. There we go. Oh! I'm sorry, I'm not good enough at playing the cowardly way. Oh, I got flamed. Wait, I didn't need to eat that. Guy has a halberd. I'm too knowledgeable of what's going to happen that I ended up ruining the scene. A little trick. The Tinker's trick, they call that. When one's knowledge ruins the scene. Double slash. How do you guys like that? Did you just get stabbed in the heart from a weird angle? Alright. Let's go back up to this bridge. The player struggles, needless to say. So confrontationlessness. So many dudes! Why are there so many of them, right? So here's what you do. Tease that dragon out. Now go. There we go. That dragon's gonna El Scorcho all those dudes. Fire only reaches the front. They are all dead. No, they're not all dead. Crike! So really, this dragon is presentationally exquisite. A true wonderwork of 3D art and modeling and animation. But really no different from like a thwomp in Super Mario Bros. 3. Just mashing down, causing a little bit of panic. We see those guys safe over there, right? We see them safe. We know that the fire doesn't kill them. And they're measly little tricky boy archers. Losers. They're punks. Dragon's coming back. I mean, as far as thwomps go from Super Mario Bros. 3, this is a presentationally exquisite one. Now he doesn't want to waste his fire unless he sees somebody. If you see something suspicious, say something delicious. I'm out of range of these archers, much as they are out of range of the dragon's fire. I mean, no matter how many times you play through this game, the dragon in this segment is just pretty scary, generally. Can you kill the dragon here? Maybe you can. Though to the player playing this game for the first time in 2009, it straight up appears that this dragon can't be touched. This dragon is invincible. And it's terrifying. And much like in the original Castlevania, where in the original Castlevania, you can just locomotion pump your way through pretty much every level, moving straight forward, dodging and hitting enemies. It's hesitation that gets you killed. I mean, in this game, we've seen just different like priority mitigation. You might want to move quickly through an area. In very rare cases. So usually you're going to want to take your time. So when the dragon flies away, that's how I know it's time for me to go through here. And I could linger on that a whole lot longer. There's treasures. I just fat rolled my way through there. This was the first time in the game I didn't kill some guys so far. I let these guys live. Why did I do that? Oh, maybe I did it for this. Oh my god. These jerks. I mean, I'm a dirtbag, I know. But I gotta kill those guys, dude. I gotta do it. I can't let them live. I mean, I feel like their blood would have boiled because of that dragon fire already. This obstacle, I will confess, did, unfortunately, cause me my 13th death in my first playthrough of Demon's Souls. I think 13 deaths is modest for this period. Can this dragon go away? I mean, he can, though. Is he going to go away? Killing the boss makes him go away for good. I've basically won this encounter here. I feel like a scumbag for letting those guys continue to exist. We're gonna go ahead and just continue the level. What is this? There is a lever. Read message. What does the message say? This is it. This is it. Got that loud dragon out there just causing a lot of commotion. I'm not gonna touch the lever yet. We're gonna go in here. Again, the honest geometry. God, I can feel the dragon fire vibrating my screen. Touch the bloodstain. I see a man, dressed in the styling of a Greek statue. Died. Here in the hallway. Fighting an enemy he likely should not have fought in such a confined place. Dragon's gonna keep making noise. We're gonna pull this lever. And here it is. We've reached the first major milestone in the level. The first definitive moment. Here it is. That great big door we saw. First thing we saw when we started the game. Great big door has opened. And there is a very strange looking boss inside who throws a spear. Now, in order to get to that boss, we will have to endure something quite tiresome. We'll have to endure quite a struggle to get back down there. Now, a player who feels very confident. Okay, wow, you know, you think you can't be surprised anymore, and it just keeps happening. What do you want, man? A player who feels supremely confident in their geometrical mastery of this level might be tempted to just walk all the way back. Though walking across this bridge while the dragon still lurks, God, I want those guys dead. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's too risky. It's not actually too risky. I like talking about how I'm leaving them to live. Okay, so I've pulled the lever. We now have to go through a bit of a fight. You could potentially just take the long way back and try to go back to the shortcut you already know. Though the intrepid adventurer, if the game's trick has fully worked, if you are a Souls fan for life at this point, or even if you're just kind of thinking of becoming one, you are blessed with the spirit to move forward. Again, the phantoms? The phantoms just become this graphical, aesthetical touch point in these games. A human. Again, fear the rooms. Fear the rooms. We have to go through a very thrilling battle set piece. He has the advantage because he has the equipment advantage here, because spears are great in confined zones. I should not have gone with a slow attack. I should have gone with the fast one. Alright, spear boys. Wow, I can't believe I got hit. He lived! I feel like a dirtbag for getting hit there. Okay, we're back in here. That's it? That's the last thing you're gonna do in your life is limply throw a firebomb? Now here we enter we've now entered a sort of Castlevania Draculax Rondo of Blood pre-boss room zone. You can kind of hear that pre-boss music. That really look forward to miracles. And I always do. It's a policy. You can kind of feel that boss prep music playing, sort of, because right now we're being portended upon. The game is going to teach us what to expect or what to think of the boss. It is teaching us expectations. Now, if we die, we can just respawn, and we can just go straight to the boss. Little fun fact. Though we don't want to do that. We want to live. Let's let this draggling idiot. I'm gonna just unlock. Let this draggling idiot attack me. So we got a problem here. We now have a new enemy. These hoplites. Again, just use your shield. Let go of your shield every now and again. Understand that the enemies can't do a constant stream of attack. Just come up and just, you know, just get to know the guy, right? Get to know him a little bit. He's not some, oh, he hit me. He's not some invincible thing. I could have killed him twice already at this point. He's got that slow attack. Very hard to hit. What if I use the mail breaker? Will that be better? If I use a stab. Still not better. He's got a huge shield. It's a blob with a shield. In Dragon Quest, this would be adorable. In Souls, it's kind of disgusting. 10 damage doesn't seem like a lot numerically, though it does actually kind of hurt him. Ideally, we want to get behind this guy, right? And there you go, he's dead. So we learn a little thing. Now, I can understand, again, not being a fan of these games. It is a little unclean. Some people, thinking specifically of I'm subtweeting my friend Brandon Sheffield. Brandon, maybe I even linked you to this and told you could watch this if you want to learn why I think Demon's Souls is a good Souls game to start with. A lot of people, you can dislike these games, or this game particularly, for many reasons. One of which is that the combat's a little ropey, a little loopy. Maybe you think it's mean-spirited of the level designers to constantly confront you with surprises, challenges, and ambushes, to so boldly expect you to memorize stuff. Though I hope I've illustrated the challenge of the game is not in the actual combat so much as it's in just learning to have the right mindset. Now, I understand that you can dislike the combat for being a little collision weird. Ooh, a Sharpstone Shard. Those are good because you can upgrade your weapons. And again, I remember there being a lot of shame around the time this game came out. Those players were conditioning one another to feel ashamed of I don't know, carrying a shield, wearing armor, upgrading anything. There was just this culture of masculinity around this. Oh! Riddles in the dark. He got me. Though, yeah, I think the closest I come to thinking this game isn't super great is like this sort of aspect of the combat is kind of, I don't want to say trashy or schlocky. I don't even want to say bad. This aspect of the combat is a little obnoxious. Like having to get behind this guy. Like it really does feel like you are not supposed to go back there. Oh, see that providential ring. Increasing my item recovery chance. I'm loving it. How did somebody die down here? Oh, I know how they died down here. Is they tried to get away with not fighting this guy. And then they went back and tried to kill him. An inexperienced player who would just be afraid of that enemy rather than knowing that they are just chumps with shields. And here we are, pulling the lever, opening the door, which in our simulated playthrough is the first door that the player sees. Congratulations. Yes, congratulations. You did it. You just completed the vertical slice of Demon's Souls. And this is it. We come down here. The level geometry, the level art has been altered. There's now this bad butt looking spear. We're seeing all the way back to there's the archstone that we started from. There is the foggy door. That very clearly leads us to the boss. Do we want to fight the boss? we don't even really need to fight the boss. When we fight the boss, we don't even need to fight the boss. We do need to fight the boss in order to progress the story of this video game. Though we don't really need to fight the boss in this video. The boss is not the most exciting boss in the history of video games. It's a very good first boss. You know what? We'll go ahead and fight him. I wish I had more pine resin, though. I got firebombs. We just firebombed the trash out of him. So we're going to go in there. We're going to take Big Boy down. And let me just talk about it. Let me just pontificate, philosophize on it just a little bit more. We have not yet revealed most of the game's systems. None of the game's systems, most of the game's systems have not revealed themselves. The game is, this is right now the designers, we're going to just luxuriate and enjoy this walk up and down this promenade that we now fully feel as though we are the owner of. The game has presented us level geometry. It has presented us an NPC with a voice and a story. It has presented us encounters of increasing scale and danger and magnitude. It has impressed us twice with shortcuts. It has shown us a story lore rich obstacle in the dragon. It has treated us to all this geometry. We've been up there. Hours ago, we were looking up here and thinking, what would it be like to go up there? Now we've been up there. We fought battles up there. The Red-Eyed Knight still lurks right over there in front of that tomb. We've killed everything except those 2 crossbowmen on the Dragon's Bridge. We have completely mastered this area, all that the eye can see. We fought up those scaffoldings over there. We fought in that little guard tower. We've been through it all. We have experienced almost every inch of visible architecture here. And that's wonderful. And the game has yet to even introduce the leveling system. It has yet to introduce the shopkeeper, the blacksmith, the weapon upgrade system. It's yet to really warm us up to the idea of our humanity or world tendency, which dictates the power level of enemies or availability of certain events. We've seen a shopkeeper who told us he'll be waiting there. He's not going anywhere. When really he is going somewhere, because when we go through here and we beat the boss, the shopkeeper will then be somewhere else. Can't take this spear with us, unfortunately. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take this punk down. I'm gonna use my longsword, I suppose. Mailbreaker's cool. I'm gonna use my longsword. So we're gonna go ahead and take this guy. I am going to the spyglass. I really wish I had my. We're gonna take. We're gonna go ahead and put the firebomb on there. So this guy's not so hard. He's just kind of obnoxious, and he relies on kind of that stupid trash can collision. Entering the fog. I gotta go to the bathroom real bad. Phalanx, first boss. So here's the Phalanx. Demon Souls boss staple is this is the presence of pillars that I can just kind of stand behind and cower behind, turtle behind. I'm not threatened. I am, however, entertained. Let's do this. We're just gonna go ahead and firebomb the guts out of this guy. I'm obtaining demons' souls. Well, not demons' souls. I'm obtaining souls. I mean, one really not need to expend this much consumability on this guy. He's not. You don't need to throw these firebombs like this. I mean, I will be continuing this playthrough privately, though I really need not. I could preserve these firebombs. I'm having a good time wasting them here. You know, just keep your shield up. I mean, this enemy is a... If the game hadn't, at this point, tutorialized the idea of shields enough, I mean, you're fighting a boss who's basically just a big old amoeba covered in shields. I mean, like, how much... Oh, you need him to write it in a goddarn telegram, right? I mean, it's very clear that you're supposed to be using a shield. Most of the classes give you a goddarn shield, right? Oh!
Oh!
I mean, see, this is a bit of a lumberer. I'm trying to think of something useful or interesting to say about this guy. Oh, well, there's something useful. It's, again, the geometry of not knowing what's behind you. Can you guys die? Oh, that was so weak. That's a bad throw. Okay, so I've now been forced out of my tertacularness. We're gonna just go ahead and equip Crescent Moon Grass. I mean, this isn't so hard. My more tertacular tendencies have been, have now been dissuaded by the enemy's, tenaciousness. I mean, you can fall asleep during this boss fight, I know. It's not that great. Ooh. My enemy hath leaved behind an item. This boss music sure is rousing, though, isn't it? Oh. I want that item. God, why did I stop to pick that item up while being attacked relentlessly by this jerkweed? See, this is fun, right? It's not that fun. You want to kind of... Oh my god, how do I keep getting hit? The pressure is on. I must admit, I've never found any kind of impressive or interesting way to fight this boss. There we go. You just kind of try to sneak these guys away from their mom, and then you just kind of throttle them. I went for 3 when I should have gone for 2. I'm such a chumpweed. I'm sorry, I'm a dirtbag. I mean, you don't need to kill all of these guys. I don't know if you realize that. I'm just kind of doing it for the souls. I understand it's about the demon souls. Wait, what? How's this guy live? Bunch of dirt weeds. I mean, if you've struggled through the level up to this point, if you played it like a true... Oh my god, I let my shield down for half a second. If you struggled through this level true 2009 style, this boss ain't gonna be nothing. By the time you get here, you're gonna... It's kind of feels like a breather almost. I'm chump styling this boss as much as I can just to show you, the imaginary, souls-fearful person, just how comfortable you can be, how in charge you can be. You needn't feel lost or completely outnumbered, outmatched, outwitted, or whatever. You don't really need to feel. This game's not that. The monsters in this game ain't really anything super special. Always finish what you start. The game's trademark targeting system kind of crumbles in the presence of so many shards. My swords are going to be so hard and sharp by the time I'm done with this. Oh, I didn't realize you were here. I thought you were somewhere else. I mean, I'm just saying, the first time I fought this boss, I felt so lost, so scared, so insecure. I felt so, so owned. I felt so overwhelmed, I believe is the word. Though even in its moments where it overwhelms you, a Souls game is trying to express to you. Oh my god, I really wanted to target this guy. Trying to keep the footage nice and legible. I think I might get some use. I think I just thought of something, or a video I'm working on right now that might actually be served pretty well by footage of this fight that I'm fighting. Look for that in an upcoming video. I just love killing this guy's buddies. I'm sorry, I just love doing it. It's funny for me. It's almost time for business. God, so many shields on the ground. Let go of your shield to... Again, this game really wants you to know that you have a shield. It really wants you to know that. This is the first time where you are also blessed for recognizing that you can turn the lock on off. Perhaps the player might have relied too much on it. Nope, I just put myself in the worst possible situation for this. Because I'm gonna get hit by this guy. Player starts to swim in confidence at this point. It just starts to overtake you. He's gonna eat his children. Yeah, I'm 1-2. Hard hit. Replenish my stamina. See how quickly I can finish this. I have the pine resin. Oh! He turned his shield. Much like Kingdom Hearts, the game wants you to know, it just wants you to know you can lock off. You don't need to be locked on all the time. Hold on. I want to secure the most critical hit-you-less death of this guy. So, I want all his buddies perished. Again, doing it for the shards, partially. And the, Oh! My guard's been broken. Stamina system is, very elegant in this game. It's not the most elaborate thing. There's a 1-2. Again, I mean, you can even feel, once you've played a Souls game enough, maybe not always, it's sometimes on your first encounter with the boss. Usually, not always on your first encounter with the boss. You can feel pretty, relaxed and at home, even fighting a boss. The game puts fighting in your blood. It's giving you its confidence. The best video games are confidence games. It's giving you its confidence. It's only to trick it away from you at moments. Okay, so killed all your children. You're just nothing but a huge chump now. I'm gonna score the most critical hit-you-less death style I can. I'm charging into the breach. Gotta recover my stamina. Hurry! Hurry, stamina of mine. I mean, this boss is just absolute chump style. Nothing glamorous about this kill. So there you go. The demon has been vanquished. Tilt the camera up a little bit. You shall obtain the demon's soul and power beyond imagination. My sword still burns. The soul still burns as well. Yeah. I feel like I earned all these shards. Look at all these blood stains of dead players. While your sword burns in the Demon's Souls remake, you can feel this very mild vibration in the controller. I think that's actually kind of fresh. So, in what I feel is a little bit of that self-deprecating humor I say that Souls games have. This is the first Archstone, right? That's the first shortcut. That's the second shortcut. This is the boss door, and that up there's the second Archstone. You have to go through so many miles of level design to get to this first shortcut, and then so much more to get to this second shortcut. It's kind of brilliant that the second Archstone is like right there. So you can now warp to this second Archstone from the Nexus. Geographically, I mean, in terms of it's a walk to the convenience store from this first Archstone. It's not separated by miles of straight road here. It's just up the stairs. I find that sort of humorous. That's the sort of sense of humor that a Souls game has, is that it's giving you a shortcut to just, you know, down the block. And then there's the second zone. We can go to that second zone. So this is where the true Dark Souls actually, the true Demon Souls begins up here. That's not true. Ooh. The Lord's Path, Boletarian Palace, yeah. So this is part 2. This is 1 and 2. Beware Black Phantoms ahead. You know what? Always beware Black Phantoms. I'm gonna not go in there. There's some monsters in there. I have no lack of confidence. I could kill those monsters quite easily. We're not going to bother. I now know. I'm swimming in confidence at this point, because I just chumped that boss. I turned that boss into a chump. Let's read a message. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you. We're going to touch the Archstone, and this is going to take us back to the Nexus. I have the lead Demon Soul. The lead Demon Soul, sorry. So we now have unlocked 2 Archstones. We're going to go back to the Nexus. It's going back to the Nexus now unlocks, or we will find unlocked the leveling system in the game. So now the Nexus is properly introduced as not just a level select menu. It's introduced as a place now. Welcome back. That's my line, Jerry.
The monumental awaits the above.
So she seems cool, huh? The monumental awaits me above. I have to go talk to the monumental, and when I do that, I will find myself able, at last, to level my character up. Now, it is a treacherous climb up here, and you can die even in what is ostensibly the level select menu. Again, a little bit of humor.
The monumental will explain the Nexus to thee.
The monumental will explain the Nexus. Okay. So, in order to obtain a true vertical slice of Demon Souls, we do need to go up and talk to the monumental so that we can then level our dude up with our good friend, the Good Witch, Glinda the Good Witch. There's Magic Boy. He'll sell you magic if you want it. You need a tiny Harry Potter stick. Again, I know it's not cool to reference Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling, get out of here. We're gonna go head up here, reminding me of some Unreal levels I had made around the time Demon Souls came out. Just the kind of total bad butt stuff. Playing this game in the old 30 FIPS on the PlayStation 3, and then now, you know, getting to play it in this 60 FPS, 1440p. It is really just beautiful. I wish there were a PC version so I could play it at 4K 120 on my PlayStation 9 that I have. That's what I call my RTX 39. It's my PlayStation 9. I like being up here. I really like that. As far as world hubs go, people talk about which is their favorite Souls hub all the time. And of course, I can't avoid having that conversation with myself when I do make my Dark Souls review. Oh, I really gotta... There's a bloodstain. Somebody... Again, people die in here. It's actually quite common, even among... I think maybe this place is responsible for more high-level player deaths than anywhere else in the game, because you're trying to get these. There's a couple little tricks in here. Bloodstains all over the place. Go. Yes. We're gonna not go down there, because I don't want to mess anything up. I think this world hub, I'm not gonna say it doesn't get enough attention. Oh, look at this little side staircase, right? All it's just gorgeous. It really just feels like adventure. I used to love Zelda when I was a kid. And I gotta say, I mean, I still love Zelda. You can't make a living making huge reviews of video games and not love Zelda. Okay, actually maybe you can. Never mind. I think I used to love Zelda, and I just really think that this is, when I played this in 2009, I was like, this is Zelda. This has all the mystery that I felt as a child from 8-bit Zelda, and it is just alive here in this game. I really feel like I'm somewhere. This is one of the first cool things. We get this east-west mixture. We're in this sort of Hindu, sort of Muslim-looking area with these... They look like... I mean, there's a sort of a Chinese thing going on with these little children, though they are all dead, like Zen Sokushin Butsu, a Japanese Buddhist. There's just a whole lot of mishmashed religious archetypes, cliches. We're up here, we're supposed to talk to the Monumental, and we're shown this. That's the Monumental, right? Or is it? There's all of these monks sitting with plates of untouched, rotted food in front of them, crawling with worms. Oh, someone left a message right here. The fist is the best option. I know what that means. We don't need to talk about that right now. So you will see a candle still burning. One of these tiny children still lives.
We have long awaited you, Slayer of Demons.
Now you get your first, what I feel is truly rich,
Monumentals.
truly bizarre
Preserve the fabric
souls
of the
NPC
reality.
conversations. Preserving
There's
reality.
a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced.
And then here's a cutscene. I really do think this is about it
Distant past,
for my video.
under
I'm gonna
the
continue to
heaven,
let this capture.
the world was
I'm gonna
united
drink my beverage and
only
listen to the
by
Monumental's
small
tale.
hearts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber. Yet
So the Old One
only
waking up,
lost
not good.
innumerable
You want to keep the
souls,
Old One asleep.
and most of
That's
the
my
world
goal.
lost, erased by the
I actually had a little bit more fun with this night class than I thought I would.
what lands still remain.
It is, the pure melee fight style is actually pretty tasty. And 6 archstones. That's how you access your little levels, your Dr. Wily, you gotta fight his robots.
It's
not quite so simple, 'cause-
underground.
Oh yeah, the Burrowers underground.
One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower.
So you're supposed to choose which one of these you go to first.
One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping Shadowman.
The Tempest worshipping Shadowman,
The
the
last to
Shrine
the
of
great
Storms.
giants of the northern lands. The Archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived.
I mean, I don't know, man. There's about 1 million YouTube videos all over YouTube, just cramming YouTube full of dudes. Just expounding on this lore. I'm not going to be that guy. Even in my eventual Dark Souls review, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about lore. Though, come on, man. All I'll say is this rules, dude.
Alas,
This stuff owns.
other monumentals have perished.
This weird little baby monk
I remain.
talking to me without his lips moving. That owns. Showing that huge circle of monumentals. By the power of the monumental, the 4 sealed archstones have been unlocked. So we now have access to 5 levels, including Boletaria Palace. Oh my god. My controller almost ate my microphone cable just now. Which my right analog stick almost got slammed by the microphone cable. I almost killed the monumental. You can kill the NPCs in the world here. And I feel like of all the games, you play an open world game and you can go kill anybody you want, right? I feel like of all those games, this is the Pantheon. This is where we don't need to go to the Pantheon. It's got your online stuff. You can see all of the best players in the world. I'm not up there. I'll just say, I'm not on the same level as the pros. So, what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was talking about because I'm so tired. You get all the way up here. You got the Archstones unsealed. You can choose your levels now. You can choose where you want to go. Make sure not to die on your way down. We can now finally use our souls to level our character up. The game has truly begun. I can go any order I want. I can take these levels. And that Mega Man influence comes in where it's you got to kind of choose which you've got to be sort of smart about it. And this is where, again, the game wants you to acknowledge the advice of other players so much so that it puts it into the game. It literally puts it in there. What's up?
Oh my, how has this happened? Has God abandoned us for King Alant, failing to show proper respect? Oh, Mbasa.
So now that we're in the Nexus has been introduced as a place now, not just a
Back in the time that I lived below Boletaria Castle,
not just a menu.
King Alant left on some strange business,
King Alant.
then returned with horrible demons in tow.
We're going to hear a lot about
Soon,
King
The
Alant.
land was ravaged by soul-starved madmen. My spine shudders just to think about it.
So she's Irish, so that's how you know she's not a zombie.
Keepsake of my grandfather. I may not have survived.
Okay. So she's just going to talk about that weird stuff. This guy over here sucks. We don't need to talk to him. There's just people hanging out in here. I feel like this really feels like... Not only does it feel like a place, it feels safe, though it doesn't feel, comfortable. This guy's, he's a ghost as well. My main man's not here. So let's talk to her. We got this guy who will upgrade my weapons.
You new here? Are you here for my services?
Are you here for my
Name's
services?
Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons. Or forge the ones you already have. With
So
your
the blacksmith will
I can
fix
eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, eh?
So this guy will let you repair, upgrade. So I can use these. See how many materials I need. I need 3 hardstone shards. I can upgrade this thing. I don't really want to have a long sword +1 just now. So you can just plug in items and upgrade these things. Just keep upgrading, and then your weapons get stronger. You can go over to. Let's repair. Repair all items in inventory. I don't want all of the items in my inventory. I don't care about all of those. Can I upgrade? Can I? Let's just. There we go. My sword has been
Do
fixed.
come back alive. I need your business.
Do come back alive. I need your business. Don't want to talk to Stockpile Thomas right now because he's got a really long story to tell me, and it's just a little too much.
Brave soul.
Now we talk to the good witch.
No fear.
She's dressed in bandages.
Pretty.
She's history's hottest mummy, I would say.
Ancient slumber.
That big old torch spear. Eye stones briefly connect to fused worlds, so she gives us an eye stone and a blue eye stone and a white eye stone. Yeah, I know. It's okay. Get the tutorial off the screen. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Maiden in Black manipulates souls. She's not the Maiden in Black, she's the Good Witch. Talk to me, Good Witch.
What is it? Seekest
So now we
thou
can-
the power of souls?
Yes, I seekest me the power of souls. Yeah.
Of course. After all, thou requirest strength. Go ahead. Touch the demon inside me.
First of all, if somebody says go ahead, touch
Souls become thine own.
touch the demon inside me, definitely don't. If anyone ever tells you that in real life, do not do it.
Key to life's ether.
So here I can just level my character up.
Drawn from its vessel.
A knight, I mean,
Strength be
I kinda
great
just
so
wanna-
the world might be mended.
I got a lot of
The
strength.
world might be mended.
I'm just gonna go ahead and not level anything up just now. So I like the idea of keeping myself a little
I
loose.
shall await thy return, slayer.
So we got all of these archstones. I've committed to having this be the playthrough I use to log and scrutinize for my Dark Souls review eventually. We're going to assume that the role-played beginner player experience that I executed for 1-1. We're going to let that be logged as is. We're going to assume that all of my hesitations during which I spoke and expounded and pontificated and philosophized, we're going to assume that all of those pauses reflect the hesitation and the coming to grips with skill that a new player would experience. It's a little abbreviated. A new player would have taken much longer. I remember it took me like 6 hours to get to that boss first time I played this game. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Because you die enough times, you get terrified of the enemies. You get good enough that you start dying more because you're too confident. It's just it's just, you know, a whole parking lot full of train wrecks past a certain point. I'm gonna keep using this as my playthrough, my scrutinized playthrough. However, I'm going to probably give up the I'm a beginner facade. I'm probably gonna go straight to the Shrine of Storms, and what is going on? I'm probably gonna go straight to the Shrine of Storms and get the Crescent Falchion, which allows me to recover magic, and I'm gonna try to give my knight a little bit of tricksiness as far as magic goes. At any rate, this is probably all that we need for now, and I hope you all had a good time, and I really hope you did. And if you can get yourself a PlayStation 5, look at this. Look how quickly I can get into this first level. You get far enough, you can really just kinda, you can grind. I mean, if you really feel like, let's try to go through this real fast now. Here we go. Guy right here, chumped him. This dude, take him. Right? Oh, my roll is so slow. I can't believe I got hit. Right? Let's just do this arcade style. Let's do this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Give it to me. Give me your Ninja Turtle, bro. Okay, who's next? Right? I mean, if you want to grind, if you want to play this like an RPG, you can. You can Dragon Quest yourself all over this bridge. Especially on this PlayStation 5. If you can find a PlayStation 5 and you want to get into Souls games, I'm going to show you what you can do. Just put on that ring that improves item discovery. Come on up here. Just fight your way up these stairs a couple times. You don't get a lot of souls from these guys, so they'll occasionally drop Crescent Moongrass, Pine Resin. The guys with fire will occasionally drop Pine Resin. Here we go. Oh my god, did he do it? Yeah, there you go. So you got a Pine Resin, right? This guy occasionally will drop fire bombs. Occasionally. Again, your chances are improved if you've got that ring on. So I mean, I just fought all the way up these stairs, and I just ended up with all those items. And the thing that is most glorious about the PlayStation 5 is that I can so quickly load back to the Nexus. It is effortless, and then I can just fight these guys. And so that's my little tip for if you're a beginner and you want to get into Souls. Hopefully I've communicated to you that... Oh, stop it. Hopefully I've communicated to you that you can get comfortable with these games, despite their somewhat meticulous reputation for strictness. You can get comfortable in this game, and it doesn't really even take too much time spent on skill acquisition. You can get very comfortable just mindset-wise. Just look back on how I fought that boss. Like, I fought that boss like an absolute brain-dead minion. God, look how fast that load is, man. That load's incredible. Like, I mean, that's absolutely wacky how fast that loads. On the PlayStation 3, this was 30 seconds. And on the PlayStation 5, that's just bonkers how fast that is. I bet it could even go faster if they really wanted it to. I don't like this sword, man. So, I mean, if you don't know, I mean, even if you're playing this the first time and you just want to grind a little bit to get healing items, just fight these dudes. You can get real comfortable fighting these guys first goddarn time you play this game. You need no Souls experience. It's a perfect little training zone. You can get good at fighting guys. The basics of the combat can feel kind of balloon animal-y. The first couple of times you play, the basics of the combat can feel a little bit obscure, a little bit obscubrious. It's not a real word. Though once you come to grips with the controls, with the idea, kind of spar with your enemies a little bit. You got that Archstone that can get you back to the Nexus in 3 seconds. We couldn't grind this way on PS3 because it took a whole 2 minutes to get in and out of the Nexus. So yeah, you can learn the combat, make mistakes here on these stairs. It's actually it's somewhat generously positioned here. They do give you a lot of they give you a lot of room to have fun and to just get chill with it. I just want a firebomb. I just want to get one firebomb. I can't believe I spent all 16 of my firebombs. Let that guy hit me. It's a one-hit kill. Don't even have to level my strength up for that. Let's kill these guys too. Come on. Come on, boyos. Look at these jerkweeds. Anyway, before you even beat the first boss, you can grind items here. And after you beat the first boss, you can, I don't know. You're not necessarily gaining enough souls to level up super well. There are farming routes in the game for getting shards and items of more meticulous usage. Oh wow, I thought that would be a one-hit kill. Though you can just kind of run this route up here, kill the Blue-Eyed Knight, just kind of loop your way around. What's up? And you can just kind of have a good time just farming, just kind of methodically farming those Blue-Eyed Knights. If you commit to just, you can either soldier your way through this game. I mean, you don't have to believe me if you don't want to, though. I could have gotten through that first boss in probably like 20 minutes. I could have just powered my way through. If I didn't, I took a whole lot of time explaining on purpose. You can power your way through. Don't feel any shame about not doing that, though. You can play this game real slow. You can grind in it like an RPG, and it's because in Dark Souls they introduced the Estus Flask system, which lets you take only a couple instances of heal. So I don't even have to go back to the Nexus to refresh the level. The Estus Flask only lets you take a couple instances of healing into any encounter, and it only recharges at the bonfires, which are the save points, the Archstones, the warp zones. This game just lets you grind your healing items. You can just carry 1,000,000 healing items. I'm playing ultra sloppy, just to try to show you. Anyway, I know I promised at the beginning of this video I would be doing a sort of a guide for beginners to learn how to appreciate a Souls game. I kind of ended up not really doing that with this video, though hopefully these last couple minutes have been instructive. Just repeat these encounters all you want. You need to just learn. Enemies have wind-ups, cooldowns. So that guy's attacked, so he's not going to attack right away, though his buddy hasn't attacked. He did a double burst. He did a thrust, which expends more block stamina from me. Just get on these stairs, get familiar with it, learn to use the shield. What is this? Oh, it's a mail breaker. I kind of was hoping that would be a healing item. I've not gotten any healing items from these encounters. You need to know when you can get through an enemy's... Oh, here we go. Please give me a healing item. Crescent Moongrass. There we go. I've used 0 healing items and earned 1, so you can just kind of loop your way through here. I mean, you just grind. Knowing that you can just reset the world and recover all your HP without using a healing item should encourage you to just, like, study an enemy like this. Learn all of his attack patterns. Very few enemies in the Souls games are outright ridiculously, monstrously, psychedelically, psychopathically cruel. Very few of them. Some of them. See? I've played this game 1,000,000 times. I'm still trying to hit that guy when he comes down those stairs. Firebomb? Yeah! See? Got a firebomb. I got to that boss with, what, 16 of them? Used them all? Really did not need to do it that way, by the way. I know I didn't need to do it that way. You're commenting that I didn't need to do it that way. So here we go. Now, oh, they're in perfect synchronization. 1, 2. So we got this guy's a little cycled off of his buddies. Right, so you just learn to read the enemy's attacks. Become fluent in the enemy's language after making a significant number of mistakes. I'm not even shielding here. Got a pine resin. And there you go. Like so, you can just grind your way through a Demon's Souls level. Don't be afraid of dying. Dying is funny. Dying is good. That's my little beginner's guide. Hopefully I imparted enough information, or quote-unquote insight about level design into this exercise as well. And that ought to do it for this episode of my once-in-a-whiley... that's not a Mega Man reference. I mean, like, once-in-a-whiley, W-H-I-L-E -L-Y. My once-in-a-whiley excursions into letting you see a little tiny bit. I don't want to commit to a time interval for these, of letting you see what goes into composing even the most minute paragraphs of these reviews that you're not gonna see for several years. That's Demon's Souls. Good game? Absolutely. Wonderful video game. Thanks for watching. Childer Swimpson thanks you. I thank you. I was born stupid, however I will not die hungry. Video games forever. Action button.